Good evening, everyone. It's Sunday, it's the end of the week. It is time for us to be jumping in once again to some more good old Warframe. Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well where you are around the world. I've already had the hydrate from Jock, which I did just off stream a second ago. TXT Diamond, just the hydrate as well. Yes, indeed. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good weekend wherever you are. Welcome on in. Today, well, this weekend has been hectic for me. Not my usual weekend, and it has drained me a little bit, not gonna lie. Energy levels are on the lower side. So we're gonna have a chiller stream today. We're gonna focus on relic cracking, because relic cracking is all sensible. All simple, except for when reactant happens. And maybe the host migrations. Mostly fine. We'll be fine, won't we? We'll be fine. Cosmo with a couple of energies, got her in right out there. Welcome around all the same, everyone. So, yep, we're going to be cracking relics. I don't really have too much of a preference as to which one. We'll just get the loot along the way. I have once again forgotten to open any kind of overlay, so I'll just pick loot that pops up, quite frankly. See what we get. I did a couple relic runs just yesterday. Just a couple of them. I didn't have time for more than that. And in that time I got a Mesa Prime Neuroptics and a Hildren Prime Blueprint from 2 random relic runs. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yep, I'm not going to be beating that luck right now. Time to sign off straight away. So maybe we'll get that luck again today. That would be nice. Can you join? Yeah, you can join. Yeah, you can join. If anyone would like to join in on a little bit of this, send me a message in game, the Kenjineer. I'll bring you on into the squad, and we'll go crack some of those relics. Oh, yes, indeed. If you don't know how to send me a message in game, !join in the chat here in Twitch. The bot will let you know exactly what you need to do. But it's otherwise, first come, first serve. We're just going to go crack them open, find out what's inside those funny looking rocks. And in the meantime, is there some updates on Nora I've been missing? Yeah, I got a couple rank ups and just didn't speak to her. Sorry, Nora. In fact, we'll get a bit more standing just doing this. Yeah. As you do, kill enemies whilst riding a K drive. That probably won't happen. That probably won't happen, will it? And I'm also in the process of leveling the turret. It's been a while. Okay, Ollie, seriously, not today. Not today. Ollie, we went over this last time. If you keep bringing it up, you're making a point of people talking about what you are expressly not talking about. It's just you, as Cosmo's pointing out there. It's just you. Don't do this, Ollie. Just don't. If you don't want people talking about what you have done in the past, yeah, don't bloody bring it up. Anymore just sounds like you're trying to make a nuisance on the stream, and that's a dick move. Anyway. It's fine, Malasitos. If Ollie does it another time, I'll just ban him forever for expressly ignoring me. That's how it goes. And Ollie should understand at this point that I'm deadly serious. So, with this absolute slurry of people looking to join our relics, let's get cracking them. You just got a 75% plat voucher. Ah. It's alright, Diamond. I haven't used a single one of those plat vouchers either myself. Not one of them. So we're in similar boats there, I suppose. We're in similar boats. I'm going to go with the Corpus Exterminate. That feels fun. Gonna let some public random... Oh, there we are. I was going to say public random relics sort us out. Here we are. Drunk Skint has appeared. How do you mean all hell's broken loose, Skiddlix? How do you mean? Oh, gonna go get some... Alright. Someone say relics? Yes, I did. Come on in, MF. Come on in. There we are. Right then. M4, why not? I got 63 of this relic alone. Like, I distinctly remember struggling for like Neo and Axie relics as a newer player, and then just Axie relics. And then at one point I went, oh, I've actually got quite a few Axies, and just kind of kept going for a bit. Next thing I know, I just have too many of every type of relic. Like, I cannot and will not assign enough time to them to open them all. Marcellus, you've been absolutely slamming out the community captions. Like, bruh. Thank you very much, but you have been absolutely driving it home. Wow. For those of you who don't know, a few months back, I started basically changing up the way I produce videos to make it where I could also put in the put in the closed captions. For those of you who just are watching muted on YouTube or are otherwise hard of hearing, especially if English is a second language. On top of that, it just makes it all that more easier for you to appreciate the content of the video. But the thing is, I don't really have the time to go back through all my past videos to be able to update the captions on all of them correctly. YouTube's auto-captioning has been more dire than I expected.
That's it. You opened the
Malasetos here, along with a few others, has been an absolute legend in adding in a whole bunch of those captions instead. If you are on a video from before like April this year and there are proper closed captions, you'll see at the bottom of the video who put them in there. It will say if closed captions are provided by someone other than myself. And you'll see Malasetos' name on a lot of them. So, yeah. Dude's doing some damn good work. Absolutely. Yep, Ladybug's done a whole bunch as well. We had a few from a few other peeps. It'll say on each individual video who exactly has done which one. Once the project is all completed, once all past videos are up to date, I intend to make a full announcement with the accolades for everyone who's contributed. Absolutely. It's been brilliant as well from a selection of community members dedicated to this cause of it. Absolutely appreciate it. That's a lot of vials. Yeah, Chalk, it's been raining a lot here recently. Raining a lot. Right, soaked through a couple of pairs of socks yesterday. As it goes. Alright, we just need MF and a few shots to get on over here. I just noticed I'm stood next to another Lavos. Ooh. You don't see many of them in a while. There we go. I can appreciate that. You woke up today, it looks out the window and the trees were bending. Yeah. Hey, it's better that than snapping. Better that than snapping. Malasetos, I redid my process in terms of how I record videos. Previously, when it comes to doing the actual voice work for them, I would have a rough script and then kind of run with 90% script, 10% me go in the flow, ad-libbing, that kind of stuff. What I do now, what I've changed, is that when I do recordings, I will focus more to the script I've created. And whenever I make any changes, when I say to myself that flow doesn't work, it needs a rephrasing, I will edit the script right there and then in the middle of the recording, redo the section, so that once I get to the end, the script that I have matches the recording that I've made near enough. And again, if I make any changes in the final editing, I will update the script as I add or remove chunks to make sure that the script I have next to me effectively evolves into the captions. So it does add more to the process, but by doing it as I go through, I can pretty much guarantee I get all the right bits as I'm working on it. So the whole process is more efficient than creating a video, then creating captions, if you get what I'm saying. Cosmo, you absolutely can. Come on in. Exactly, yeah. What do we have to do to send me the captions? So all the details are in a Discord thread. Let me bring that up for you guys. Well, let me bring that up for you. I'll just need to switch around my screen setup so you'll be able to see the Discord. So what we're looking at is in the upload discussions, there is an open thread. You'll be able to just bring up the threads using the threads button at the top here. Don't know where it is on mobile. Go Gadget Community Captions thread. And the full instructions will be... Did I pin them? No, that was just a spreadsheet of people checking which videos have and have not been done. Worth checking the pin on that. In fact, yeah, I should probably have pinned the very first message now I think about it. About where to actually send these over. Here we are. Oh, it wasn't even the very first message. But yeah, we've had guidelines and whatnot all throughout, discussions on bits and pieces that need to be captioned more effectively. As you can see right here, I was just asking about, is it soloing or soloing with an apostrophe, etc. Those kinds of things. But in terms of actually sending them to me, if you have got a caption set up, then you'll be sending them to my business address, so that is business@thegengineer.com as a .txt file. Also, stream includes. Oh, is this stream flagged as having paid promotion? Oh, I left that flag on from a stream a while ago. I've fixed that. It's buried right at the bottom. What Twitch does, they put it right at the bottom and it's branded content. Let viewers know if your stream features branded content. This includes paid product placement, endorsement, or other commercial relationships. I left it on from either Wayfinder or talking about TennoCard, one of the others. It's a thing. But yeah, that's not Twitch's fault, that's me. That's me on that one. Predator Queen, cheers. Cheers indeed. Hello Zom, hope you're doing well today. But yeah, if any of you would like some advice on helping out with captions, if you do want to get involved in that, granted it is a project which is nearing completion, but if you do want to get involved in that, that's a thread to head on over to. There's a few people in there that will absolutely be able to help you out, give you some directions on where to send in captions and the process to go through. They'll be able to give you tips on how they've done it themselves to help you do it as effectively and correctly as possible. That'll be the thread to ask it. Let me just fix up the rotations here. There we go. Beautiful. Partially Twitches for hiding it away. I can't put too much blame on them for that, to be honest. That's just me not paying enough attention. It's easy to overlook these things, so if anything, Idle, thank you for jokingly pointing it out. You actually pointed out something I missed. Do I want captions in different languages? Not at this current point in time, no. Firstly, real quickly for Cosmo, before the music goes, this is the track called Condition, Cosmo. Again, part of the Synthwave stream beats. Condition. But yeah, Totopor, the reason I don't want captions in other languages at this point in time is because all captions are being provided for all the videos by community members. I can't actually verify any other languages than my own. I don't know if any phrasing or wording is going to be slipped in there which is inappropriate, where if the literal translation might be correct, but the actual translation, the local knowledge translation, would be something else. And it's simply because I have no basis to cover my own ass on that I'm not looking for captions in other languages at this time. If I do look to get videos recaptioned into other languages, what I'd probably do is actually reach out to someone to... I would commission someone to fully revoice it, have a proper commercial relationship on it, and have a second channel in a second language. But that is a long-term goal. That's not something I'm looking at doing tomorrow, this month, or even this year. That's a long way away of having my videos redone, as it were, in another language. Oh, okay. Sorry, you've got CPT. It's Captain Otterpaw, right? Sorry, I was trying to figure out where do I stop with the letters and where do I start reading the username. Without any capitals in there, that's why I went with Otterpaw there. I wasn't sure at what part of the name I should actually start reading it, rather than trying to figure out what letters are in there. Yeah. My bad on that. Fancy a complete read of videos. It's not a completely new thing either. Gilix, come on in. It's not a completely new thing either. I know, for example, Mr. Beast, just to name one of the largest names out there, obviously. Oh, too quick. No, we're fine. Mr. Beast has done exactly that with some, if not all, of his videos. Puts them out in different languages, especially into Spanish. Spanish then connects with a significant chunk of global population that I simply don't reach as a entirely English creator. So if I were to have things translated into another language, Spanish would probably be the next one. The only downside to all that is that I have text overlays on my videos, and those, translating those, covering them in different ways, that becomes more complex. Do you see? There's kind of steps as to how to go about it.
Eliminate
Yeah.
all corpus threats.
Anyway, that's a whole long answer to have I thought about other languages? Yes, and the reason is I can't at the moment because I cannot safely verify what will be provided. That's all. Man, the torrent is such an effective weapon. Throw it in cannon.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
I'm just pointing in the general direction. I know this is low level, but even then, for just sheer ease of use, it's basically a more powerful Amphrex. Basically more powerful Amphrex. Which is neat.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run.
I just kind of kept going there.
Find
I
extraction.
don't actually know... Oh, there we are. I think I got the right spot. Down here. Oh, I hit the nullifier. That's annoying. Some of those ramps just have jutting lips on them which stop you going over them. Don't know what's up with that. Oh, do I use many macros? I do not on Warframe, no. I'll say, isn't Spanish like the most spoken language outside of English? In terms of countries and spread, not population quantity? Yeah. In terms of population and spread, I do think Spanish is probably one of the most widespread, aside from English, yeah. Because Spanish covers large parts of Southern America. It will cover, of course, Mexico, and therefore large parts of the United States as well. You've got Spain. It covers a lot of areas, yeah. Other ones then would be Portuguese, and then some variant of Chinese I would need to look into, which would be the top ones up there. At that point, that covers enough regions that if you don't know one of the languages being spoken in my videos, massive minority by that point. Massive. Pro say later in Carton was fixed with the last hotfix. Canome was shocked, same with Tibia and Svenny. I mean, fair do. Looking for relics in particular, just ducats, just ducats. Don't matter which ones we got, just let's get some shiny shinies, really. Shiny shinies. That is a fair point, Brother Ernie. Yes, there are some notable differences. I'm not sure what those differences are, which is a problem in itself, but some differences between rest of the world Warframe and the Chinese variant of Warframe. You're very right. So that would probably be a point against me translating my stuff into Chinese in the far future. Laotian, yeah, that doesn't really feature highly in the list of languages I would consider for translation at this point, though, Ginger. Stream when you're neither working nor at home? Oh. Neither working nor at home, Betty. Well, fair do. Hope you enjoy the stream on the go, wherever you are.
Eliminate all corpus threats.
King, the thing with French, despite the fact that it's higher up there, is that unless I am completely missing something, typically those who know French also know English. Like, more so than those who know Spanish but don't know English.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Oh, you're on a hike? You're watching me streaming Warframe whilst you're on a hike. That's something. That is quite something. Fair do. I hope I'm going the right way. I feel like I am not. Oh, no, I'm going the right way. It's fine. Never caught a stream before, but enjoyed Warframe map. Well, welcome on in. Welcome to the stream. Again. There we are. Just that lip on the top of ramp screwing me up there. It's fine. How about watching me stream Warframe when playing Warframe? Now that's a little bit more common.
Well done. Now get to
That is indeed a little bit more common. Need to turn, need to turn, need to turn. Oh, whatever, I'll just re-dash because I got it. No, don't. Out of bounds box. Oh, come on. Out of bounds boxes should not be placed that low. Come on. Whatever. Ah, appreciate it, Betty. Appreciate it. Alright, now I can attack a prime receiver. Why not? Hiking podcast. It's apparently. I have a few recs to open. Unfortunately, we don't have a few spaces to open up F-King, so you're going to have to hold off on that one. First come, first serve on this. Ultiple saying, I actually tried something from one of your videos today. Incidentally, the Golden Instinct theme, I think I did it wrong. Oh. I'm sorry, I went wrong for you. Alright, on to the next one. I've got so many of these M4s. I've got so many relics in general. This is just obscene. You know, let's open up a couple Radiants. We got a full stream squad here. Let's do some Radiants. Even though I've got a bajillion of the intact ones, it's just... Let's go Radiant. Also, I don't actually know how many traces I'm sitting on at the moment. I have 977 traces. Okay, not bad. A little over half capacity. It's fine. You know, no traces to rad. Ah, it's fine. This ain't a rad share. This is purely a stream share.
All Corpus threats.
We're just playing. Charge my gun. See, in Warframe, guns kill people. That's why we charge the guns. I know, terrible joke. I'm sorry. It came to mind. I can't take that one back now. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to live with that fun. Hey, why not do the relic opening in Steel Path for Essence? Honestly, because I'm tired. I don't feel like putting in that amount of effort today. I'm just paying a bit more attention, picking up people when they go down, and dealing with the occasional acolyte just kind of derping in the way. I just cannot be bothered with that today. That's why. No other reason. If anything, it's slightly faster to open up relics off Steel Path most of the time. Just because you have more kills as well as tougher enemies. It takes longer, so yeah, you get Steel Essence. But then you don't get your relic stuff as quick. There's the trade-off. Seeing as Steel Essence isn't as valuable as relic loot. At least not in terms of plat value, yeah. So this is just chill.
We Perrin always collect our debts.
Well, you can try collecting. You can try collecting, Perrin. I will try obliterating. Obliterating does seem to work.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Yep, obliterating seemed to work again. Oop. Man, that dash goes so far with this range. No, I'm gonna get out-bounded. God's sake. I missed the roll. And that out of bounds is really doing my head in. Oh my god. Just let me jump, please. Yeah, Zom, that's mostly what I use Steel Path missions for relics. Just, if there's no captures and I really wanted to capture, I'll look at Steel Path then. That's about it. Alright. Control that dash so well. Yeah, and then I didn't. Oh, is it closed? Oh, yeah, that one's gone. Alright, on to a different one. Defense, mobile defense, survival, mobile defense, defense, survival. Wow. Wow, those are bad. Okay then, what is on the seal path? Mobile defense, excavation, exterminate. Rescue, mobile defense, defense, disruption. Still not a lot better, to be quite honest with you. We'll do the rescue, because rescues don't become longer on steel path. That was a bit rough, though. Sometimes you're on steel path, you don't want to ruin some MR5 today. I mean, so long as you're not using the Titania Blapper 9000 kind of approach, you probably won't be ruining an MR5 today.
Each enemy is more powerful
Alright, well,
than
off we go.
before. Only with true mastery of the Tenno arsenal will you succeed.
Oh, okay. I won't be able to gain charge on those ones, because Grendel ate them. I'm going to go try and find some enemies I can shoot long enough that I can get some charge on my gun. That'll be great. Here we go.
Find the captive as soon as you can. We don't have much time.
I didn't mean to jump into that cave. Ow. Oh, we're already here? That was quick. Oh, you got that one. I think I just clear out some wardens. Here we are. Did that? How did it pull me out? I specifically pressed the cipher. How did it pull me out of that? That's weird.
That's it.
Body
You
charge.
opened the relic. Finish your mission and then take a look inside. Got a weapon for me? I've got some scores to settle.
Now, I know I was expecting a short mission, but that feels like an even shorter tile set than normal. Yeah, that felt very short. And we get not a lot. Amazing, but it's fine. Why does Undercraft not have an in or out system? Shy, I have no idea what exactly you were saying there.
As you conquer the foe, so you conquer
How do you mean?
yourself.
Leaving solo? But that's the thing, at the end of each round you can just leave. There is the whole host migration issue. If the host leaves, if the host is leaving, you should probably leave, from what I've heard of the bugs there, but usually it's just kind of, yeah, each round you can go. If we're talking circuit, that is. Undercroft and Deviriate's its own separate thing. There it's either all in or all out, and that's probably going to be due to map loading. Like trying to optimize and reduce resource drains on people's systems. That's what I imagine there. Oh, Predator Queen wants to switch to a bit of lo-fi. Yeah, we can do that. We can switch on over to lo-fi. There we are. What do I think about Dagath? I will find out as soon as they've been added to the game.
Give them all warriors.
Kind of hard to have an opinion on something I've not been able to play with so far. Stacked up, ready to fire. There we go. I need to re-equip my my melee. I've got my Toro all the way up to rank 30 instead of 11 yet, but I use the melee so much for mobility purposes, especially for slams.
We can't leave without rescuing the prisoner. Keep searching.
Damn it. Slightly misjudged that jump. Hui. Keep a reactant. Now, there's a wipeout box there as well. This is why I run with a melee ability, so I can drop out of those giant bullet jumps if they're going too far. I keep feeling myself tapping the key and it's not happening because I've not got melee equipped right now. God damn it. Just look how big that bullet jump is. That's beautiful.
Thank the stars, not a minute too soon.
I did not know you could stand down here.
You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Misjumped. It's
I
fine.
need a weapon.
I'm good. All good. There we are. Speed away along here. Oh, the control on that was almost perfect. Nope, don't. I got zoned out before even going above the freaking ship thing. Are you kidding? Whatever. Yo! What's that? Like a Bolson? Is that like a Bolson? I'm gonna go with that. Like a. All the same, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel proper. Welcome into the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely blue badge. Your emotes, your access to the supporter Tea Lounge, the premium channel on my Discord, and no more ads. Oh. Cheers. Am I going to make a video on Torrid? Maybe. Maybe. To be quite honest, the Torrid is a very sensible all-round weapon. It's not something that needs a huge amount of explanation. I can explain most of it just by going to the arsenal. Oh, wrong button. Let me just pop on a polarity here. There we go. Jobs are good in. So I've got a Torrid Riven, which I'm going to be applying as well. I've got plus crit damage, plus crit chance, plus damage corpus. The damage corpus is kind of so-so. I suppose it helps with the fact that I'll be using this just as general slash viral build, so that'll help kill the corpus a bit quicker, seeing as they are a bit more resistant to that. But with all the rest of it, I've got Serration on here at the moment, which is probably just worth sticking with. I could drop it out for fire rate, but just having that kind of base damage added into this, as I only need a single elemental mod to get that viral as well. And then the rest just comes from hunter munitions. We can't use any kind of range mods on it because it's not actually a beam normally, so we can't pop a ruinous extension or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm just going to slop the Riven into here once I've got it formed one more time, and bam, that's a build, really. Nice, solid all-rounder. And the entire idea is just charge it up and then point it at things. We've got plus damage, magazine to get easier charging them, plus crits to just kind of go beep, however many times a second. Yeah, I've not done a full investigation into the mechanics of it. It just kind of works, really. It just kind of works. I forget to put on melee. Oh, thank you. Yes, I did forget. After someone had mentioned, I then forgot again. Let's quickly sort that. In a damn. Why not? There we are. And Predator, cheers. Have a good one, Predator. Ah, fair do, Gidlix. Perhaps in the future you can. Oh. I can't show you because I've not got the second webcam plugged in. Plus, also, it's as grainy as all heck. But my cat has decided to curl up at the side of my office here. She was curled up right next to my chair, but my chair was out of position. I needed to move it to be able to, you know, sit down properly at my desk. So I had to, unfortunately, unseat her away from sat right against the leg of the chair, because otherwise I would have to run over her face, and that would not be good. Why not Galvanize Attitude on the Torrid? Why Galvanize Attitude on the Torrid? It puts out 2 status effects. Serration just beats that by not needing to charge up anything in the first place, and not having any kind of weird interactions with stuff.
Find the captive as soon as you can. We don't have
it
much
just
time.
it just works. I haven't even tested the interactions on Galvanized Aptitude to check if it's actually working. Oh, how have I got lost? What do I... Oh, right. It's this one. Yeah. Oh, no stacks on the weapon means weaker weapon. Okay, instead of slamming it just... Thank you, that's what I'm trying to do. So many things at once there. Right, so, backtracking all the way. Galvanized Aptitude, why put it on? Have you tested its effectiveness? Not just, oh, does it feel effective numerically? Is it more effective than Serration? How much more effective? Is it worth slotting? Is it worth the stacks? Is it worth not having that initial damage stack when other things aren't stacked? Those kinds of considerations go into it. It's for a /viral build, and hunt missions pure viral.
They won't just let us walk out of here.
You don't get many status effects. And obviously if you're using a primer, then sure, that changes the equation. I don't use primers. A little bit shy on the reactant at the moment. There's a little bit more. Oh, there's a little bit more.
The relic has been cracked open.
There we are then.
Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Is there a kit I'd recommend off the top of my head? Yes. Small Ace secondary. Boom. Endgame setup, we use a primer, it should be better. With a primer, probably. It would, again, depend on making sure that it actually functions correctly. Torrid does have a bit of a weirdy schmidiness in that it not only is a chaining laser beam with reduction of damage per chain, but also it produces an AoE where it hits, which gets weird. I'm going to need to look into that.
A valuable lesson.
The mechanics of these weapons are getting so complicated, especially their interactions with mods. It is becoming prohibitive to actually be able to tell what's going on. It is getting prohibitive to figure it all out. Yes, some good mention as well. Yeah, the base damage Evo bug on Torrid, and on all things for that matter. Let me have a look. What is Torrid's base incarnate damage? Base incarnate is 51, and the incarnate evolution adds in 51. Right, yep. So that means that Galvanized Aptitude will be half as effective as it would appear to be because of the Evo bug. Good point, Tom. Good point. So you see, it gets even more complicated. We think of just how many things are going to come together to check the effectiveness and figure out what's better numerically or not. Comparing Serration, we go, okay, well, we've got Galvanized Aptitude here. We can get 40% for direct damage per status type. So that's going to be 80% on 2 stacks, which is 160% 2 stacks with 2 status types. 160% is less than 165. But what if it's multiplicative? Then it'll be something else, because is it going to be multiplicative from the entire damage, or is it just on direct hits and not accounting for the AoE damage that comes off it? It doesn't show the AoE on here, but there is an AoE to it, much like with the Gaze Primary or with the Ignis Wraith, that kind of an AoE effect, even though it's also a chaining weapon, which makes it weirder still. Is the chain going to AoE? Can the chain AoE multi-hit enemies that are already affected by other AoEs or even direct damage from the Torrid? Then we got to take into account the fact that Galvanized Aptitude and all the other ones on that line do not take into account the plus damage from Evolution 2 on the second wave of Incarnate weaponry. So if you have a weapon which has a 51 base Incarnate damage and a 51 increase from Final Fusillade here, only the first 51 actually gets a benefit from Galvanized Aptitude, or stacks with it, whereas Serration will stack with both of them. Because is that even a bug? It's been present for so long now, I never heard D acknowledging it. D doesn't have to acknowledge a bug for it to be a bug. Like, for example, how they recently attempted to bug fix the whole heavy attacks on Exodia Contagion. That wasn't previously declared a bug anywhere I saw. They just kind of go, yep, so we're fixing it. We don't get a heads up on that. Not most of the time. So yeah, there's so many moving parts to really tell the difference between is something viable, is something not viable. Ultimately, what's most likely to happen here is this is going to be only better than Serration if it's either multiplicative and then still substantial, or if it's additive, we're going to need more than 5 status effects to even try to beat out Serration. Which means, yeah, sure, you can go ahead and use a primer, but it's going to start stacking against you. On top of that as well is that if you're going for a slash approach here, you'll want to just go for viral. So the primer approach is really just going to be for status stacking, just for that one mod. It's all kind of, yeah. As I'll say, like I said, if you're running Galvanized Aptitude on Torrent, it's going to be as a status chance mod on a pure Toxin build. Which you can do that. However, if you're just going to go for the status, I mean, there are other things that give you that as well. Like, it gives you 80% status. Yeah, you can get the extra damage as well, kind of use it as a rider. It's like, well, Hammer Shot gives you 80% status and 60% crit damage. Go figure. You subbed without following? that is a thing that can happen. That is indeed a thing that can happen. I've seen someone gift like 10 subs here before they were even following or subscribed themselves. They subbed for other people before themselves. I've seen it all at this point, like a Bolson. I've seen it all. It's all good. Never covered this in a video, right? I've covered various bits like this in some of the Incarnate videos. It gets to a point where it's like, how much of this do I need to cover in the video? How much of this is going over people's heads, or likewise is going to be something they've already heard in a video? How much of it is really helpful? If I just give a build, is it not explaining enough as to why I've chosen those mods? If I go into the full depth detail, are people just going to clock out, like, just give me the build already? It's genuinely tough to approach just how complicated it's getting. Not even just the options in the builds, but the hidden decisions in the builds. When it gets to the point that you have to understand like 3 or 4 different levels of hidden mechanics just to know how much this mod is giving, versus Serration gives you 165. It's additive with other pure damage mods. Cool, done. This one, it's like you need to open up the manual, with the first page being how to read this manual, and that's not a good starting point. It's wild. And it's a lot. It is a lot. Then you add on the fact that it's also a timed buff, so if you're trying to switch weapons or do stuff with your melee weapon, then the weapon torrent becomes weaker, and I'm like, okay, cool. Are we meant to switch weapons or not switching weapons? What's the approach here? It's all a bit... speaking of, I think in talking, the rescue clothes, did we get anything better over on normal mode? Oh, look at that. Yes. 2 hours near enough on a lift capture. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. I've got 69 S14. That's a pretty nice amount. Let's start working through those. Let's start taking those down. Yeah. Between Incarnate perks, Incarnate quirks, mod abilities, random additive or multiplicative or non-applicative stuff happening with no declaration in the arsenal, having to do it all through just kind of black box testing, hoping to God there's not some kind of bug or other feature that you're not noticing going on, like accidentally having Madurai equipped. Yeah.
How is Ducat even clan?
You are here
Ducat
to
or
find our
Ducat?
target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
It's Ducat. I've pronounced it various ways in videos before now. People got pissy. I looked into the official proper pronunciation for the word Ducat. I checked a variety of sources to make sure I had the consensus on it. It's Ducat. Anyone who says otherwise is either wrong or trolling, which is also wrong. Yeah. What is... Oh, it's a flag.
Excellent work.
I was wondering what I was
We'll
looking at.
interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. Change of plans. Ignore your
Oh,
original
Lotus.
objective. Leave nothing.
Lotus! Why did you have to change your plans, us? Why? Yeah, well. Guess we're going to keep going. Activate the full Murdertron. Oh, fair do, Sim5, fair do. Also, Sim5, thank you very much for subscribing. We've been Prime for 4 months. Thank you very much for continuing that along here. Appreciate it.
That's it.
Blah.
You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a
We got the
look
kills?
inside.
Yeah, we got the kills. I can just walk this in.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to
Or skated in,
extraction.
you know. It's a figure of speech. I'm going to take the Gara Prime systems because Warframe sets are funnier. Not funny, nicer to sell than weapon sets. Warframe sets are just nice. We will weeks to Lexing Carnon. Fair. Yeah, Idol. I agree with you. Gilix, no, I didn't open up a Leica frame before I opened up Warframe, and I can't be bothered to close it up and just to reopen it for that. I just can't be bothered. Yeah, Idol saying, really don't like the stacking mods for that reason. To be honest, you're basically incentivized to use a single weapon for the entire mission. It's not fun ruining, but it's a mild annoyance. And I agree with you. Yes. Stacking mods, stacking bonuses, ones which have decaying bonuses. They don't incentivize you to get kills with the weapon. You're already getting kills with the weapon. That's what weapons are for. Instead, it punishes you if you don't get kills with a weapon. If I, for example, have a torrent set to /viral for general purpose stuff, but then I come up against an Acolyte, Acolytes are resistant to spamming out lots of small slash procs. So for them, I'd want something corrosive to deal with them. Well, at that point, if I have a secondary for corrosive builds, but I've not been using the secondary to kill enemies along the way, it's not going to have its multi-shot stacks, it's not going to have its damage stacks, it's not going to have its incarnate charge if there is any, it's not going to have any critical stacks on headshot stuff, any of that. None of that is going to be there and built up. So either I use a weapon that is not fit for the task earlier, just to try and get some kills in the seconds prior to an Acolyte spawning, or I just don't have a weapon to switch to that is actually effective for the job at hand. It's an odd choice, really. Like, I can get the design idea of, wow, scaling bonuses is like getting combo. But the whole point of having multiple weapons was multiple weapons for different purposes, not multiple weapons to continuously use almost simultaneously. It just seems weird to me. Just seems weird. Just one thing, for this use case, keep a heavy swing melee on hand. Yeah. And with a heavy swing melee, you don't need to build up stacks or combo if you've got initial combo ready to go for it. Which only leads back to the whole point of having a weapon you don't need combo for. If you were going for a melee approach, excuse me, food target. If you were going for a melee approach just throughout the mission, but your melee wasn't suitable then for the Acolyte, at that point you need to switch to a primary or secondary. At least for those, you've got primary and secondary dexterity, so you at least have damage stacks available, but again, you still don't have the multi-shot, you don't have any of the other mods that are on-kill effects stacked up. It does feel like an odd choice to create a meta surrounding not swapping, whilst also trying to incentivize swapping with the faster swap speed we got, and then it's odd to me. It just feels a bit odd to me. If you could stack it and it stayed stacked, slightly more accessible. Even then, that means using a weapon for something other than you've designed it for, simply because otherwise it's not going to actually work against the target you have it for. Is it the same for arcanes, merciless and such? As in, it drains, and therefore, if you're not constantly using a weapon, you don't have a suitable weapon? Yeah. That was the whole point with Steel Path Arcanes and things that affect the Galvanized mods, was to give us more power for Steel Path. To make it where you didn't have to always use armor stripping and massive debuffs just to be able to kill the enemies in a reasonable amount of time. But with Merciless, if you're not getting a kill every 4 seconds, down, down, down it goes. Yo, Wiltings, thank you very much for running on in here with your crew. How are you doing, Wiltings? Hope you've had yourself a good stream. Welcome, everybody. Have we got a mod here who could do a quick little shout out? Otherwise, I have to stand aside in the mission. Got a load of newbies for me? Oh, well, thank you. Welcome on in, everybody. I'm at the moment doing some relic cracking. What's apparently having a bit of a whinge about decaying stacks, to be quite honest. That's what I seem to be doing right now. Oh, hello there. Target. Where do you think you're going? That's dead. Can't shoot it. Kind of hard to shoot something that's dead.
The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Teaching himself you gotta run? Yeah, that's absolutely fine, Waltings. You have yourself a good one. Seems we haven't got a mod in the chat right now is at least free enough to do the shout out. Let me do that real quickly for you. Waltings! There we are. Anybody would like to check them out, see what they're all about. Is that a... what even profile picture is that? Took me a moment to try and process that. It is kind of small on my screen, so I don't think I can actually see it properly. Never mind. Ding. Let's go.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
I appear to be stuck. There we are. That is a big radius on that Gara wall. God damn. I'll take the brass and prime blueprint. The Burston barrel? Oh, Burston barrel's worth more than ducats. Oh, never mind then. Burston. Easy peasy. Right above Gara we go, Burr. Just a bit, yeah. Just a bit. Love you still see the wall? Just about, yeah. Just about. Alright, next run. Let's go. Yo! Elwolver, thank you very much for resubscribing there at tier 1. There you've got yourself 3 months of support on the channel here now. That's that lovely silver badge you got going. Thank you very much, Elwolver. Appreciate it. I hope you have yourself a good time. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna pop out a quick poll. There's about 100 or so of you here, so I imagine like 5 of you might answer. Quick poll as we load on in. Which do you prefer? Fixed buffs, stacking buffs, no decay, or stacking and decaying buffs? I'll just give you a minute on that. Quick little poll for y'all. What do you prefer? Fixed buffs like Serration, stacking buffs like Molt Augmented, or decaying buffs like you get with Primary Merciless? And I know they fit into 3 different slots. That's not the point. Which do you prefer? I know there is a different design space for all 3. I know that do you kind of balance things differently based on how they stack? Well, I'm just curious which you prefer in a buff. Not necessarily about the existing buffs as they are, just which do you prefer? Do you prefer a buff that is fixed and always on? Do you prefer a buff that you build up over a mission? Or do you prefer a buff that you build up shortly in an encounter or something, but then it goes away again if you're not actively continuing to charge it? Voters in, 67% saying a stacking buff that doesn't decay. Interesting. That puts something like, let's say, Molt Augmented right at the top. Interesting. Oh, I've gone straight off the end. Let's take another Harrow Pine Blueprint. I've got 6 of them, let's make it 7. Favourite Warframe? Lavos. I'm just being realistic, Marty does. Yeah, 67, so 2/3 of you said stacking buffs, no decay. Fifth you said stacking with decay. And then only 3 of you are wanting straight up fixed buffs. Interesting. That is quite interesting. All 3 types are good when used correctly? They are, yeah. Well. Who have been my favourite Warframes over the years? I mean, that's pretty easy to state. If I just go sort things by usage, this will give you an answer on most interesting to me. Got Lavos, Wukong, Equinox, Avara. Those are my top ones. That pretty solidly fits that in. Same for secondaries. Going back out of Brilliant Ribbon 4, Akarius I got early game, just stonks, but then we got Kuvanu Core, Latum, Epitaph. Don't know how Lex Prime has ended up here, to be honest with you. I also really like Dual Toxist and my Gaze Kick gun. Those are real nice ones. Gamma Core is just an early game weapon. Magnus I've done a lot of testing with, but isn't actually that favoured to me. So it's a bit more of a mess over here, but this one, and this one are right the way up there. And whilst we're at it, melees. Glaive, Redeemer, Nikarnak, Cronin, Inodem. Job done. Broken War is just there because, again, you get given it earlier game, so it kind of sits higher up the list. These ones, Forming/Forming Prime, Amprex, Tenant Envoy, Rubico, Phalanx, Fenmore, all brilliant things. All brilliant. Burst and Latron, the newer, so they're lower down still for now, but they'll climb. Yeah. My most used equipment has no overlap of yours. Yeah, that's good. That means there's lots of choices for everyone. Oh, I got some Radiance lying around. Oh, I have. Hello. Okay. Thank you. Let's have a look here. We'll grab this one. What do I like about Lavos? So Lavos has enough features that I can be lazy with him, or I can be really active with him, and anywhere in between, and I get value to match that amount of effort without feeling like I'm just going to fall off a cliff. Putting in more effort with some Warframes just doesn't seem to give you any additional returns, and putting in less effort with some Warframes can just have you die. Lavos doesn't have those issues. Lavos also isn't a one-trick pony. He doesn't just have like one thing he can do and that's it. Like Limbo is all just Rift shenanigans. That's Limbo. You screw around with the Rift and that's what Limbo gives you. When you're playing Wisp, it basically comes down to reservoirs and breach surge. That's pretty much her entire kit. Her 2 is just a defensive that is used. It doesn't really have much of a place overall, and her 4 is just bad. Lavos doesn't have that problem. Lavos has got the self-healing, the opening up finishers, he's got the zoomies if you feel like it, as well as some elements of crowd control aspects, being able to apply cold procs and significant numbers of them just on a whim. Lavos has the ability to not only reset his cooldowns, but also stun enemies in the process, opening up yet more finishers, whilst also converting ammo pickups, which is great for him, and all kinds of health and energy pickups, both great for him and for his allies. That's a supporting element too. Lavos has got his 4th ability, which can be a damage ability, it can be a status spreading ability, especially useful at times for spreading, either debuffing ones, so I can debuff the enemies with heat corrosive, so they have a 90% armor strip. 90%, if you think about it, that's actually a hell of a lot of armor strip just right there. Oh, hello. And also things like radiation for control purposes, get the enemies to turn on each other. Lavos has just so much going on at once. And as I say, with the Orbit as well, I can full cast, half cast, or just barely cast, and it all works. Did Lavos get an Orbit recently? Not recently, no. Swiftbite's been out for a while. A while. So yeah, Lavos is actually a pretty involved frame, lots going on with him, lots of options that actually matter, that allows me to do as much or as little as I want. He is a frame that doesn't get in the way of doing anything. He only augments it. So yeah, that's why I like him. He's very convenient as a frame. Creature comforts. Hello, Fixus, all the way from Portugal. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Do I have any recommendations for subsumed healing abilities for Garuda other than Gloom? I mean, Bloom is a good one. You could look at not getting your healing from outside of subsumes, like lifesteal stuff, but otherwise subsume healing isn't hugely up there. If I search heal, is it going to give us much? Yeah. Like, if you're running Garuda with a lot of melee attacks, which, you know, she's obviously very good at, Lycof's Hunt can help out for you, because you get the health orbs from kills, so that could be a thing. Fractured Blast, to get health orbs from enemies there, but it's going to require more strength. Outside of that, I mean, Voracious Metastasis is a healing option. Thorough Strike technically, but it's not a lot. There are options out there, it's just not amazing options overall. It's kind of pick your poison, really. Yeah, upside to Thorough Strike, absolutely. It does deal with defenses as well, armor and shields. So that is a good all-round enemy debuffer, which means that your weapon damage doesn't need to be anywhere near as much, and you'll just kind of tear through them. It does mean that Garuda's 4 is less valuable, because slash procs are great for bypassing armor, but if there is no armor, what's the problem? But yeah, there are options that can give you healing on the go. It's just, there are limits to all of them. No, sorry to fix this. I'm sure you'll find a new build that works for you. Alright, let's keep cracking some. I think with Garuda, depending on how much you're casting abilities, you might even be able to use Molt Reconstruct so that you heal from the energy you spend on casting abilities. That's an option as well. Because Garuda can turn health into energy. Turning energy into health just seems like an obvious turnaround there. Yeah, Limbo in multiplayer is... it's just a problem. Quite frankly. I didn't cover low range builds in the video because, quite frankly, a low range Limbo is just a turret. You just sit in one place. Not even a turret. Turrets shoot. You sit in one place, you create a bubble, and then that's it. Because your kit is low range, you are no longer bringing loads of enemies into the rift, but Limbo still needs to be in the rift himself, or is at serious risk of harm. So at that point, you're just kind of present. Everyone else gets to have the fun of killing stuff. You're too busy sat on a defense objective with your tiny range bubble, just trying not to be a nuisance. And that's the core issue for Limbo, is that Limbo is a nuisance. If allies that were not in a rift could hit rifted enemies, he wouldn't be anywhere near as much as a nuisance, because allies can freely leave the rift, they can't freely enter it. So if there are rifted enemies, there's just nothing they can do about it. Just nothing. It's the Frost Bubble situation on steroids. So yeah, I didn't really have much of a solution for him. I thought it over, and just nothing positive came to mind for him. I just had to give the damning indictment in that video. Limbo's a cool theme? Yeah, he has got a cool theme. It's just difficult to work with. I can imagine from Dee's perspective as well, difficult to balance. Limbo working multiplayer for his abilities to impede allies, which is basically what I'm saying is non-rifted allies being able to shoot rifted enemies. Just that. That one change alone would make so much of a difference for people. I don't know if we'd want to go as far as being able to just shoot across the rift in both directions at all times. it does mean that large cataclysms do still produce problems if you're inside the cataclysm not being able to shoot out of it, kind of like a reverse frost bubble. But that would be the extent of the issues there. Someone could step to the edge of the cataclysm, that would be just fine. Or someone could just focus on being in the middle, and then on a large cataclysm, everything's either inside or not in line of sight anyway. So again, shouldn't be a problem. But it's hard to handle. It's hard to balance. You've seen low-range limbos in steel metal defense? Yeah, but unless they are just abusing the heck out of stuff like shield gating, which is hard to do if you're using a silence build, so they have to be using stuff like Molt, which leaves them open to Xmas abilities, which they're hoping that they're going to kill them or just deal with them in time. Basically, a low-range limbo is just put a bubble on the defense thing, and then you're no longer limbo. The rest of limbo just isn't limbo at that point, because they don't have the range to use it. Is Gloom just a plain upgrade to Garuda's 3? Garuda's 3. Isn't Garuda's 3 Bloodletting, which just lets Garuda turn health into energy? Not sure what you mean there. Oh, those are allies. God damn it. Oh, isn't there a night wave for that? Yeah. There we are.
You're making waves, Dreamers. I can feel.
Prepare for incoming support.
God, I'm just trying to get a single charge. There we are. I'll take 3 charges. Good enough.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Grab the reactant. Thank you. Slide on through. Need a night wave charge. That's fine. That's all fine. I figured it out. Oh, there they are again. I figured it out twice.
That's it. You
Alright,
opened the
got a
relic.
reactant. Good to
Finish
go
your
now.
mission and we'll take a look inside.
Oh, that really long range dash is so beautiful. So beautiful every time. What is that? Oh, that's an auto. Oh, okay. That's neat. Might as well go grab that one. It's not too far away. Oh, it is if I'm stuck behind a box for 3 weeks. God, that's a hidden spot right there, isn't it? Phew! Yay for, oh dear, I've gone the wrong way. Yay for, Hurricane Eye, I suppose. Protecting that one. Beautiful. Speaking of nullifiers, can you silence their bubble? Nope. Nullifier bubbles aren't abilities, they're tech. I guess is the way to go about it. Or just, they can't be themselves silenced because reasons. Whatever it is, they can't be shut down by silence, no. You can shoot the drone, you can pop the bubble and it'll come back later when the drone recharges. You can't just silence it. That's the thing. I propose rework for Limbo from a few streams ago seems very fair. It's what I'm saying now, is just players who are not rifted can shoot enemies which are rifted. Job done. It just cuts out a big issue of it. Oh, get Cosmo? Cosmo's done. Thanks for running. You're very welcome, Cosmo. Thanks for joining us. F-King, if you're still around, that means you can have a spot now. That means you can indeed have a spot now. Join us up. Is that an actual spot? Show spot, what do you mean? If the auto was there, then the auto's there. That's the spot. Spawn point. Don't know what you mean otherwise. Alright, King, we'll give you a moment. We'll give you a moment. I'm gonna let my fingers rest a sec. Stretch, because it's been a very active weekend and I need to stretch a bit. Oh. Need to stretch. All good. It's all good, Cosmo. Now we got you some gold on the way out. Something shiny. Alright, let's continue cracking this, working my relics down. I've got a couple of relics on the same number now, so we're going down one by one. Alternating between them, it seems. Seaballs, cheers. Oh, it's fine, cheers. I don't know all the spots. I don't know if I've ever seen that one before myself, or if I have no memory of it. Kind of wild. Kind of wild. That's just how it goes in this game. There is a lot of hidden stuff that just kind of fills up the place. It's just that actually going out and looking for it is a right pain in the ass, because a little box on your minimap can be anywhere from like 5 ferrites. What the hell am I going to do with that? All the way up to a full-on sculpture or rare crate. You're like, oh, okay.
You must find,
That's nice to
and
find.
extract our target.
Yeah. Always pays to have a little bit of a physical break every now and then when gaming. I know streamers often can be the type to not do that. So when you get an opportunity, you take it. Okay, I apparently have hit nothing yet because it dies before my projectile reaches it. Oh, and that one I just missed. And he's
Mission
dead.
complete. The
Walk
captive
somewhere
has been
else!
escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
There we are. Just slide on through, grab reactants. Need 2 more, there is 1. And that's a total amount.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Turn. And we're Gucci. Beautiful stuff. Do a max range fire wave. Oh, I like nullifier. I'll not played Warframe in a few weeks, just waiting on a visit to Garth. No, I mean, fair do. If it's not drawn you in, then fair do. That's just how it be. So if I say anywhere, sorry, if I recall correctly, items can spawn anywhere. A resource crate could. There's dozens of spawn points per individual tile. Yeah, oh yeah. There are so many points. It does help to be aware as to where they can spawn, because then you're more likely to notice them on the minimap if you're paying attention. But usually I'm paying attention to the mission objective, not going, oh, is this the one in like 12 missions where there might be an item to pick up? Yeah. Yeah, there are some ways you can really slow down enemies, monster. Can be wild. Oh, there you are, Simfire. Theros Strike is a success. Lovely jubbly, job done. Do any of the Arkham mods make sense for Lavos, considering how much elemental damage he has? No, not really. Not really, I'd say. About the only one would be Archon Vitality. You know have the choices? Okay, we'll cancel that, F-King, and we'll do another vote in just a moment, because I'm just going to quickly go over this for Otterpore here. So if we get look at the Archon mods, I'll just narrow these down. Archon Continuity, plus ability duration. I could put that in here, to be quite honest with you, I could. Whenever I play Toxin, apply Corrosive as well. That can just slop it down. That is a direct upgrade. It costs 1 drain more, but it does fit in. The problem with it is that usually if you're applying Toxin, you don't need Corrosive. If you're applying Corrosive, you don't need Toxin. Because Toxin is better for bypassing shields, and Corrosive is better for bypassing armor, and the two don't commonly come together. So, yeah, I can put that there, sure, why not? You use it for an extra element like support, that's valid too, yeah. So I can put that there. But that's about as good as it's going to get. Archon Intensify, restoring health even with abilities, grant ability strength for 10 seconds. It's not a lot of strength, and using a full umbral set on Lavos gives us more strength than that anyway, so that's not a benefit. Archon Vitality. You can apply an additional heat proc, so this, if you've got heat, it is heat, so it's going to apply 2 heat. If you infuse it with heat, it does 2 heat procs, so this will turn it into 3 heat procs. But that means weakening the umbral set, which means reducing your tank, and reducing your ability strength. Okay. So, just general strength goes down, tank goes down, all to get another heat proc specifically. That's a hard sell. Archon Stretch doesn't matter at all. We've got no energy. And Flow you shouldn't be equipping because we've got no energy. So these two are straight up useless to Lavos. Absolutely should not be used. So we end up with... and fair enough, it's a direct upgrade, but its use cases are actually limited. Like, you'd think Lavos would get a lot out of it, but the mods don't just go, oh, if it's present, we'll do something good. They are quite niche. Ginger just asking again, have you seen the power you can get from seeding a fire probe with his fire proc with 4, then adding on top of it with a heat infused 2? I'm not sure what you mean or expect is going to happen out of that, Ginger. Gidlix, what do you mean you didn't understand continuity from the start? You're not using Triumvirate, it's good. Yeah, you could go non-Triumviral, reducing down Lavos' health tank. I do feel that Lavos' sheer face tanking is a big part of his design. So throwing that away is... It's not my preference, to be honest. Because he doesn't have... a regular shield gate. He doesn't have invisibility tanky. He doesn't have hard crowd control, only soft CCs. So face tank is all he has. Yeah, Gilix, yeah. It feels like something that just kind of conveniently went there. They didn't want to go Toxin Viral, understandably. But yeah, the combo of Toxin Corrosive, it ends up, well, as if I say, just priming, which... When status effects get relegated to just being a multiplier for something else, rather than what the status effect actually is, that just feels a bit sad. That'd be like saying, oh yeah, I'm equipping this melee weapon because my primary weapon gets an extra 50% additive damage if I have a melee equipped. Nothing to do with the melee weapon. The melee weapon could be anything. It's just there, so primary ended up dealing more damage. It's just as boring. Things Jane just talked about inheritance. Use catalyze to proc a big heat damage, then perpetuate it with heat infused 2, can do good damage. Oh right, so not necessarily inheritance, just proc reset. You keep the duration going. Hold up. Whoa, F-King, what happened? F-King. Wagwan. There we are. Has levels in Steel Path runs? Yeah, fine. Can nullifiers Kopboku? Nullifiers can get in the way of abilities, yes, because they're abilities. But then you just blap them, because you're a face tank. They can't take away your tank. That's a great bit about health tanks, is that they just exist. They can't take away your armor. They can't take away your health without getting through your armor. They cannot turn off anything. You just sit there and survive. Or rather, you sit there and obliterate them. You know, obliteration is a good survival strategy. Yeah, all health tanks do eventually fail, and honestly that's fine, because when they fail at levels 2, 3, 400 plus, okay, you've gone past the entire game now, congratulations. All that's left is endless scaling BS, and quite frankly, the fact that D have made more game modes scale quicker, like Disruption started scaling quicker, it's like, okay, that's fine. And then we got, was it Void Cascades getting even quicker? It's like, okay, do we need that? And then you get the Circuit, which is scaled like ridiculous amounts.
To enemy operations is here.
Pretty sure Warframe's not really built for that. That pushes more towards immortality tanks and invis tanks, rather than hit point based tanks, which is, it's certainly a choice. One day do you add a Steel Path that starts at 1000? I'd rather not, to be quite honest with you. Like I just said, it invalidates a lot of defensive stuff. It's just, Just doesn't feel necessary to me. Probably idle, probably. That's April
Excellent work.
Fools.
We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your
Alright,
part
we
is
are done.
Here, 10 out.
Zoomies! Oh, okay, we're going into here apparently.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
I love when we get a nice open area. I can properly skate across it. Look at that. Beautiful run. And then I can send out this super range heat wave as well. Oh wait, the heat range ran out. Never mind. Ooh, Revenant Prime Blueprint. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, Zom, and that's honestly it's valid where Zom's coming from in that with levels you can trade off between tank and damage pretty directly. Don't go Triumbral. You're then able to use Arc of Vitality, and that'll give you the added power in the heat procs. That's absolutely valid, yeah. That's basic Warframe design 101. Trading tank for power. That's fine. Ginger asking, how do you think D are going to handle the throwing of glaives with auto melee? Good question, don't know. Probably something they've had to think about in their design and implementation. We'll have to see what they actually do on that one, sorry. It depends on if they've... Oh, Gidlix, hello. Oh, that's going to be it for you. Alright, fair do. Fair do, fair do. Thank you very much for joining in with us. Let's just close up all the tabs there, so if there is anyone else who wants to take in slot number 4 to go along MF and F King here, just let me know. Send me a message in game, the Kengineer. I'll bring you on in. But yeah, it may be something that D have thought about. It may be something they've accidentally overlooked. It may be something they've considered, and it's part of why things have taken so long to come together. They've had to figure out a solution to accommodate it. It might be that they just don't turn on auto melee for glaives, knowing that the basic melee attacks are not what people really care for. Sorry, Surfer. Mr. Reckless got there ahead of you. Mr. Reckless beat you to the punch on that one. Let's go. Oh, hold on. Hello, Engineer. I have a question. I'm trying to farm the Harrow systems, but I don't know what is faster. I'm doing Coup for Survival. I know I can do Defection, but personally I hate those. What would you recommend? In which case, Coup for Survival. You hate Defection. Job done. The other option you could do is wait for it to come round on the circuit, as you can get Harrow from the circuit normal mode when that's available, and you can just farm the systems on that one. But if you are farming it now and it's not available on the circuit, then yeah, Survival. It's the one of the two missions you don't hate. That's an easy pick.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
The best way to burn out on a game is to focus on doing the things you don't want to do. I've straight up bought frames and equipment for Platinum because I didn't want to go through the farm with them. I bought Citrine for Platinum so that I could Super Sumo. No other reason. Straight up bought her with Plat, put her straight into the helmet. That was it. That was her life in my inventory. The second one anyway. Because I didn't want to go through it again. If you don't enjoy Defection, then doing that is just going to make you no longer enjoy Warframe.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look
And that's just a crying shame if that happens.
Excellent work. We'll
Alright,
interrogate
out we
the
go.
captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
I like how frequently I'm getting the buff on Lavos here to get stupidly high range on him. So nice to be able to do that. And look at this. Basically keeping up with the Wukong. Love it. Exactly, Idol, yeah. I tuned into the circuit just on Wednesday, in fact, and in less than an hour I was like, no, I'm not enjoying this. We dipped out. People in chat were saying it, like, it's clear, oh, we're not enjoying this. No, don't do it. That's not to say it's unenjoyable for everyone. It was unenjoyable for me, and that will burn you out. Straight up, games are supposed to be fun. I say this so many times on stream here. I really do go on about this point, possibly more than I go on about reacting. That's really saying something. If the game is not fun for you, don't play that bit of the game. If you can't find a bit of the game that is fun for you at all, don't play the game. There's no requirement. Nothing. There is no FOMO. FOMO is fake. FOMO is entirely in your head, and if you just look past that, if you discard every thought of it in your mind, tell yourself there is nothing to miss out on. You experience all of the life that you have chosen to experience, and you are satisfied with it, job done. FOMO gone. Alright, look at this. Look on this list right here. I still, after all this time, have not got myself the Opticore Vandal. Still. Because I just do not want to deal with thermia fractures. I don't want to mess with that. I can't be bothered with it. So I don't do it. That's it. That's how you solve burnout. Don't play games you don't want to play. And if that means you log off of Warframe and don't think about it for 6 months, then you log off of Warframe and don't think about it for 6 months. That's fine. But Ken, what if it never comes back? Then it didn't exist. There are whole recipes for various foods lost to existence, whole species gone extinct of various kinds that I will just never get to appreciate. There are entire landscapes which have been buried into the mantle of the earth. I will never get to even glimpse them because they just went before I even got here.
Find them and capture them.
The default case for anything is that I miss it. If I catch something, if I get to enjoy something, that is the outlier. When you realise that experiencing something is the outlier, not the expectation, FOMO vanishes. You experience what you choose to experience. If you don't like defection, don't do defection. Job done. Naturally, if there is something you want, and the only avenues to get there are things that you don't really enjoy, then you make the choice. You make the calculation in your head. Will I enjoy the thing I get out of it more than the frustration of getting there? And in doing so, will the process of getting there not remove the enjoyment I'm looking for? If that's the case, then sure, why not? A little bit of hassle to access a lot of fun, that's worth it.
The relic has been cracked open.
You're very welcome. I know you say yourself you could have answered it yourself, but sometimes you just need to hear it from someone else. Sometimes you know the answer, you know what you'd prefer, but you just need to hear it from someone else to know you're not missing a beat. I might have turned around and said, well, actually, there's a third option. Actually, I did, the circuit. Or I might turn around and say, well, actually, despite Cooper Survival being an option, the rates are terrible. Whatever your reasoning for asking, at the end of the day, you've got the answer you're looking for now. So we're all sorted. You've got what you need. Never a bad idea to have a rotation of games to play? Yeah. Play different things. Do different things. Doesn't even have to be play. The best way to enjoy something is to know that you can put it down. When it isn't a chore, when it isn't a job. When if you feel like, it's just not clicking for me, okay, then you do something else. And that's great. Some say I don't mind it. Circuits getting fast since by the time health tank falls off, I think you usually get a full rotation to do. My problem with that, Zom, is that you get stronger with decrees at such a rate that the damage keeps up, it's the tank that fails. But that's part of the core design, is that they'll say, oh, well, once you've got a few decrees, builds come online. But with such crazy scaling saying health tanks sit down now, you almost get denied the scaling. And that feels a bit rough. It's designed to go endless, and then forgets about the tanks that can't go endless. Or rather, dismisses the tanks that can't go endless, yeah. I think that's where my issue would be, yeah. Jock saying, don't play Warframe that much in the last months, and at a point where I just entered Disruption because I felt like playing, not for rewards. I mean, yeah, that's the best reason to play a game, is because you want to play the game, not for the rewards. The intrinsic rewards, not the extrinsics. The extrinsic rewards are the rewards you get after the mission. So, it gives you a relic, it gives you credits, it gives you affinity. We lost someone. How did that happen? Well, we're on public, so that spot's gone now. We'll bring you back in afterwards. Assuming you are still lucky to join me. Send me a message in game to confirm that, please, Mr. Atlas. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, ideally, the best way to enjoy a game is to enjoy it for the gameplay loop. Enjoy it for the process of going through the missions. Whether that be spy, survival, disruption, whatever. Whereas playing it for the extrinsic rewards, the intrinsics then, the actual mission itself becomes a chore. And again, that becomes a risk of burnout if the frustration is too high for the reward you get. Too high or too front-loaded, that kind of thing. For example, look at the frustration people have with farming Equinox. I have proven that farming Equinox is quick, actually, compared to most Warframes. Or at least compared to many of them. She's pretty quick. But she's pretty quick if you do the mission pretty quickly. You focus on doing the mission.
Excellent work.
And because of just how many drops you need to get, that frustrates people. Because the RNG can... Even if the RNG hasn't yet become unfair, it can just seem so long. And like, oh, for God's sake. That the frustration becomes too high, outweighing even the potential for return. Devaluing it before you've got there. Yeah, that hurts people. Whereas some people really like the farm for Citrine and Varuna, despite the fact they are objectively much longer farms than Equinox. Because they can always see the progress they're making, reducing the frustration. Reducing the negative, reducing the chore factor.
That's it. You opened
Now,
the relic.
me personally,
Finish your
I wasn't
mission and
enjoying
take a
the
look inside.
Citrine farm, the Tiana Pass mission. I got tired of it. And so the frustration was too high for me there. So I just didn't do it. Yeah, that's the whole process, really. Multiple say, I've wasted so much time trying to force enjoyment out of things only because I used to enjoy them. I mean, isn't that something a lot of us can resonate and relate to with? Words. Resonate with, relate to. Yes, there we are, words. Isn't it something that just strikes a chord? Forcing enjoyment out of things that you don't actually enjoy, because once upon a time you might have. Yeah. I'm saying the pain I went through trying to enjoy Magic Arena is not good, not a healthy time in my life. We've all got separate things on that, yeah. I've actually been enjoying that recently, but that's separate. Lots of people have something, if not many things in the past, where it became something we were doing because at one point it was fun and enjoyable, not because it still is. As soon as you notice that, it's okay to move on. It's okay to do something else. And if that means moving on from this stream, just hit the subscribe button on your way out at the very least, please. Give me one last thank you before you go. Please. True Storm, cheers. Ooh, hello. Another 100 ducats. Don't mind if I do. There we are. A lovely jubbly. That was from an intact relic, no less. I'll take that. I get you, Osborne, yeah. Osborne saying, I think my mindset was, I must be doing it wrong. I used to love this. And I think I've caught myself thinking that kind of thing too. Like, what am I missing? Why is this not fun now? Novelty is actually fun. Goal orientation can be fun. Yeah, working towards certain goals in Warframe. People love the grind because they're getting something, getting somewhere, making progress and things. Figure out what's fun to you and look for it. Some people are fine with the same grind for decades. Other people need to switch between things every 5 minutes near enough. Find what works for you. Certainly when it's your free time. Let it be free. If you think there's a problem, think through the problem. But if there ain't one, then just enjoy what you enjoy and skip what you don't. Pure and simple, really. I say it's simple, like, it's not, you know, part of the human condition to tangle with these thoughts and feelings constantly, but still simple, really. Airsoft without the space. I think your phone tricked you there. There you go. You got your ticket. Oh yeah, this is a random we got here, isn't it? Let's rebuild. Let's rebuild. Max Reckless got dropped out there. In fact, whilst we're at it, Surfer, you were denied a place earlier. If you saw online, you can have a place now. Rotate around a bit because we did have MF in for quite a few runs there. And who was the other one we had just a moment ago? My mind is like a sieve. Recent players. Giddix, yeah, Giddix was in for a few runs as well. So I'm going to leave the spot open for first come, first serve. Next message. Next person to say they want to join in on Relic Cracking, I'll bring you into the squad. What's your question, Ginger Monster? Not sure I understand. Which came first, the Oberon command or Gara command? It was the Gara command. Gara came first. Definitely the Gara one, I remember. Yeah, we're going to crack some more relics. It's what we're doing all stream here. If you want to be in on this, like I say, send me a message in game. And there it is. Nobody else joined, I'm here. Well, I mean, it says first come, first serve. You win. Boop. Ginger Monster, have you looked in the chat the fact that you can type in the command !Oberon or !Gara in this Twitch chat? That's what they're on about. Right, let's set that to friends and invite only. That way we don't get a random drop out, drop in again. Oh yeah, notice them. Fair do. Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly caused them to happen, but you know, now that I think it was probably just talking about different frames having different links already. It's like, yeah, just type the name and if it pops up with an answer, there you are. I've done a video on it. And then someone kept on multiple times over going for the Gara one. I just went, fine, you want a Gara command? There you are. There's a Gara command. Gara is made of glass. Yes. There you are.
Received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here.
Since then, I have iterated on the very concept of knowing if I've covered a frame or not, or any topic or not, and that's where the catalogue has come from. !Catalogue if you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But basically, over on my website, yes, I have one. Over on my website is now a very handy way of seeing what topics I've covered. God, that guy was dodging me by pure chance, and that one just exploded.
Back at base. Your part is done here,
So, theengineer.com/catalogue. That has a list of basically all the videos I have done. Near enough all of them, anyway. There's a couple now no longer important videos I've not listed there. But pretty much all of them are. So, you go down the list and you go, ooh, I'm looking for a guide on Wisp. Has Kenjineer done a guide on Wisp? Rather than going to YouTube, which for some reason occasionally hides videos, it's weird. In the catalogue, you see, yeah, full guide for Wisp. Easy peasy. Ooh, what about Frost whilst I'm here? You go to Frost and you see, no guide yet. Fair do. then you know you're not missing anything. It's definitely not there. There isn't a Kenshir guide on Frost. Job done. That's what the catalogues is there for. Make it very easy for you to find what is and what isn't in the Kenshir catalogue. I guess your how to optimize your Tau Shards video isn't there. Well, yeah, that one got unlisted because it became inaccurate in mere moments. That one, the responses to that one from some community members annoyed me. It's not something I can fix, it's assumptions. People were going, oh, Kenshir, he just completely misread that. He assumed it was going to be some stupid system. He just assumed it was going to be the wrong way around. It's like, no, I listened to what DE said. What DE said is not what DE meant. Fuck me for listening to their broadcast and taking their words at face value. That's why I had to do a rehash of that video. Because the original was correct if what they said is what they meant. And it wasn't. That was all. Only slightly salty about that. It happens. Yeah, I mean, Ginger, it was an interesting simulation experiment to see how it had an effect, but yeah, who knows? It may even turn out, and this is going into tinfoil hat territory, but it may even turn out that they didn't realize the implications of it being implemented in a simple carry on to the next one way. Like, oh shit, that's going to cause people to not interact with certain Archon hunts to try and make others better, and backtrack on the idea or change the idea to make it
on a capture mission. You must
not do that.
Capture and extract our target.
It's possible, but I think more likely they just communicated incorrectly, didn't realize the implications of saying next week when they meant the next time you do this particular Archon, which in a design perspective makes more sense. But it is possible that video, that discussion from myself and probably others, made them go, oh shit, yeah, that is an implication we didn't think about. Paladin's tweets clarification. Yeah, he tweeted clarification to someone's tweet at him, and it was quite a while after the initial announcements. Like, I didn't put out that video in 5 seconds after DE did their live stream, you know? There was the time, there was the consideration, the opportunity for them to clarify things, which hadn't been at the time, and even then the clarification was in a goddamn tweet. Like, can't be overly blamed for that. I'm missing some reacts that others have picked up, so I'm going to double back real quickly. Yep, there it is. I'll just grab those, because otherwise I'll get to the end without it, and that would be a sad day. I'm going to skip the Amber Star though, just can't be bothered. It's a whole process, Gazer.
The relic has been cracked open.
I'm not annoyed with DE.
Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
At the end of the day, yes, they miscommunicated. Who doesn't? Literally no one is perfect. What got me more than anything were people thinking that I jumped to conclusions, not realizing I was literally just listening to what DE said, and it turns out they meant something else. That's all. I don't think anyone likes to be regarded as an idiot over something quite so clear cut. Yeah. Let's face it, how many times in Warframe, how many times have any of you come across something where you've read it and you've come to a conclusion as to what it should be, because it makes sense, right? Like, why would they do it any other way? And then you discover, no, it is actually the batshit way. You just go, what? But why? Well, sure, it'd make more sense the other way. Sometimes it ain't like that in Warframe. Like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Let's let me bring up one. I'd raise this at
32
10 o'clock.
months.
Oh. Robert Rallo with the 32 months. Good God. That is a long time right there. That is one hell of a long time supporting the channel there. Robert, thank you very much for continuing that here. Really do appreciate it, my dude. Thank you very much. But yeah, I was... here's one thing I raised at... oh, well, there it is. At Tenacon. I got to raise this with a member of the staff and just out of curiosity, like, what do you think this augment does? Irradiate and disarm. Radial disarm augment. Enemies will be affected by radiation, with the radiation symbol, for 4 seconds. Longer if you actually upgrade the mod. I have no reason to. Oh, I always love bringing up this one. Just to prove a point in Warframe. Oh, there's talking other stuff. Because this really does capture it. This really captures just the nature of Warframe, why you have to double and triple and quadruple check some things at times. Because I'm sure there are some of you here wondering, oh come on, Ken, what could you possibly be pointing out about this mod? What are you going to bring out now? Yep, irradiated disarm does not apply a radiation effect. The one member of staff I spoke to didn't know, Marcels. Yeah, they didn't know. Doesn't mean no one knows, it means the one person I spoke to didn't know. They were surprised. But it's such a niche thing. At the end of the day, this isn't going to take time for them to really focus into. They're not going to want to rejig it for radiation procs, because is it really that important at the end of the day? Do we want them spending time fixing this augment? Or do we want them spending time doing other stuff? Frankly, the easy fix would be to replace radiation with just confusion, which is what it actually does. That's just a text change. That can be done in 5 minutes. Changing it to being radiation would take longer. But yeah. It doesn't actually apply radiation. Now, if that can exist in Warframe, you realise at that point, okay, everything is up for grabs. Like how when I was going through with the Mitre Incarnate, wherever it is in the listings here, probably further up. That's the one. And showing how many of the features were just either working incorrectly or just not working at all. At that point, you just kind of accept it. Things are gonna lie to you in this game. Pick which hell you die on. Tweet them, they'll probably fix it in like an hour. Eh. Is it worth distracting their bugs fixing team onto things like that? Is it worth it? Have I seen one of your clan members around? Wonder if you're noticeable. I don't want to come across rude right now, but you are specifically asking about being noticeable or not. Who?
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
I haven't the foggiest as to which clan I'd even be talking about. Let alone the fact that in Warframe, unless you actively look at someone's profile, you don't know what clan they're in. Like, without saying it, raise your hand right now if you know, without checking my profile, what clan I am in. Does anyone here, how many people here actually know the name of the clan I am in without checking it? I really do wonder. Cosmo does. That's one. Still one. Addy, okay, so we might have two. Out of how many people watching? That's not a lot. You call it Ken's clan. There you go. There you go. Barely remember your own clan name? Valid. I'll be honest with you. I'm only like 90% sure I know the alliance name I'm in. Despite the fact that I am technically the head of the entire... Well, not technically, actually the head of the entire alliance. I'm not sure I know the name of it. The clan I know. Alliance? Also, anyone who ever says Lavos is not mobile using his 2, I want you to clip that dash right there. That was absolutely gorgeous. That was possibly one of the better dashes I have done. Now where am I going? Waypoint plus. What the fuck was that waypoint? They just gave up on me. Skipped 2 rooms ahead. FK said, I'm in the clan, I don't remember the name of it. I mean, valid. Again, valid. I'll take the Gareth piece, just because it's someone else's. Give him the traces. That waypoint is intentionally confusing. It's quite something, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah. Clans really don't matter in this game. You may have groups of people who end up in a clan and do stuff together. That's cool. But nothing about the clan makes that happen. With the exception of maybe a brief goal of farming for a certain resource, for a certain upgrade in a clan, which, frankly, you can join a clan with everything already researched anyway. Beyond that, it just don't matter. It just don't matter. That's fine. Right, we've still got loads of time left on this capture. This is great. Brilliant farming one, this one. Karis Prime isn't worth it over the normal. Are you smoking something? We'll go from 10% crit chance 2 times multiplier to 24 2.2. 26 status to 30%. 273 damage to 344. The attack speed does become slightly slower. That's a thing. But the range is higher. The blocking angle is slightly higher. Like, look at the disposition. I can't bring it up there. Yeah, if you got a ribbon for it, that might swing it back again for you. But still, that's quite a difference. That is quite a difference right there. Like, do I have a Karist ribbon to bring up the deets? I might. Never mind, I do not. I must have got rid of that one. Look at the fashion you lose. Oh, Sinfire. In this stream? In this stream? This stream is the one where you drop down a response to someone saying the Prime version isn't worth it over the normal, and your reasoning is it's all about the drip. In this stream. Sinfire. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. F-King, are you unable to pick up a relic again? You are again. Okay, let's cancel and redo that. Sinfire, you broke the relic mission UI. That's what you did. You broke F-King's ability to pick a relic. You can barely see the dagger when it's waving around at 300 meters per second. I mean, yeah, Cosmo, yeah. You're not wrong. This calls for randomized colors, crime against drip manatee.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here.
I see where you're coming from, Tom. I might battle that now. But I see where you're coming from. Hey, reactant. Donk. You're professional, you don't colour weapons. I will colour some of them. Like, if a weapon, when I match its colours to my Warframe, actually looks decent, I'll do it. But if I try matching colours to Warframe and it looks like trash, or the bullets fire like trash, I just won't. There are some weapons, like for example the Late Shunning Cannon, where the projectiles, when coloured, look just so much worse than if I use default colours. Because the default colours aren't just default colours, they actually interact with some projectiles differently to using fixed colours. Fixed colours just cannot replicate some stuff. Oh, I need that reactant. Yeah, I've tried actively with the Latron Incarnate to
find out what's inside.
make, try and copy the colours that the actual default colours are. And all I end up getting is a worse result. Don't know what it is.
I just hit copy frame colors and hope for the best.
Yeah, that works a lot of the time, doesn't it, Quintus? That works a lot of the time. Also, Quintus, 26 months at tier 3! 26 months! Look at this guy over here. Absolute legend. I don't know what I'm picking here. I'm going to pick Nell, because I don't have that piece right now. Quintus, thank you very much for continuing your support over on the channel here. 26 months, you absolute legend. Cheers. Cheers indeed. So I'm saying, I wish there was an auto-match frame color style or something. That could be interesting. Like, if it just, when you equip a weapon to a frame, it always copies those color channels. That could be interesting, yeah. That could be interesting. Right, we ain't done yet. However, Mother Nature has apparently got something to say to me today. So, Reckless, Surfer, F-King, I'm going to quickly drop out of the squad here. And chat, I will be back in just a moment. Don't you go anywhere. I'll be right back. And we're back. Welcome in once again, everyone. What have I missed here? Try to light the apprentice. Am I missing something, or is it just bad? Me and spear guns, we just don't get on in the first place. So, probably. Probably. Is there anything going for the apprentice that I should care about? I can't even spell it. So much. You misspelled it and threw me off. There we are. Apprentice. Start next to spear gun. Buff increases reload speed, fire rate, and ammo pools, and reduces recoil. Bleh. Quite frankly. Just bleh. Not interested. Absolutely not interested. I also don't like it that it does things and doesn't show the stats for it. So, bleh. I don't care for spear guns at all. Zaya, by the way, say, hey, not played Warframe in a long time, recently returned. Do you know if Warframe is safe? Keep getting pop-ups from Overwolf from other games I play. I use Warframe myself, so as far as I'm aware, it's all absolutely fine. I use Warframe myself. I'm not using it right now because I just didn't open it before I loaded into Warframe. If I did, I would be using it, and it would be visible here on stream. So yeah. I'm alright with it. It is all a matter of personal preference, really. Anywho, right, let's switch that back there. I'm going to, once again, close off all the tabs here. And we go first come, first serve. So, first 3 people. We're going to go crack yet more relics. Don't know what to run we're going to have available. But, yeah, first 3 people who want to join in, send me a message. Doesn't matter if you've been in the squad or not so far. It's literally first come, first serve. Any ideas on how to run Aleka on Steam Deck? I don't know if that's even possible. You would need to check in with the Warframe Discord. They'll be able to give you advice there. Or check their FAQ. They might even mention it on their website. But I don't have the technical know-how to say one way or the other on that, sorry. Let's see, what relic fishes have we got? So we still got that capture one. That's actually still got another over half hour in it. That's brilliant. There's been an absolutely wonderful Lith capture to have pop up there. It would be nice if it was higher tier than Lith, but honestly, even on Lith, there's some right shinies to be had. Absolutely. Hello, Ghost. Come on, don't tell me you've all gone shy. Do I have to go run public missions again? Is this what I'm going to have to do? Go run public captures? Because, I mean, I can. That's just stopping me squadding up after the fact. Let's go. I'll switch this back to owned then. Public fishers, they get my cheap relics. They get the ones I got tons of. Oh, here we go. Now they've come through. Now they've come through. We'll have to bring you in on the next mission. Actually, I don't remember hearing those. Did they happen as I was loading? Yeah, must have been as I was loading. Yeah, the more you know. Let's go up here. Kill some guys with some charges. You're playing Starfield right now? Fair do, fair do. I'm probably going to end up playing Starfield on Friday. Depending on how the vote goes on the Supporter D-Lounge, I'm probably going to end up playing that on Friday. Did I put up the vote for that? Hold on. Did I forget to put that up? It's just struck me that I don't think I didn't put that up. I am so sorry. Right. Wow, it's only Sunday. It's not been terribly long. My bad on that. I did say I was busy Friday, and now you understand. I'm busy. I will get on that. I will update that. Let me grab these reactors over here. Thank you very much, Lee. Yes, indeed, Moon. Yep, you can now vote on the Supporter T Lounge as well because you are a subscriber at the moment.
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
I got turned around. I looked at chat and the waypoint moved. There we are. Just vials everywhere. What's the Discord for Warframe? The website and there's a contact form to fill out, no links. Schools and what? Like a frame. Scrolly, 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 scrolly. Oh, what do I want to pick? Arrow. Scrolly, 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 scrolly. Oh, yeah, what do you know?
Excellent work. We'll interrogate.
Yeah, it's got a Discord link in the program, but I don't see one on their website. Yeah, what do you know? Huh, okay. Let me get you that then. I suggested that's the way to go, so I can just get that for you. Let's make that nice and simple. Do they have a link in here? Linky, 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 linky. Hello, alaka. Plus, come on, the fucking. It's in the rules. Huh. Okay then. I don't want the host migration. Dip. Huh, their FAQ and rule section don't have links to their invite link. That's a thing. Okay, well, fair enough then. Huh. Huh. That is not what I expected. A lot of Discords just have their invite link in like the FAQs or welcome channel so that you can then just share that with other people. If I search for that, nope, that's not the one. Nope. Cool. Yeah, I don't have a link to their Discord for you. Not without like generating one. I don't know if I even can for this one. I can create a temporary one. That works. There we are. There's a temporary link for it. That's really strange. They don't have a forward-facing public link anywhere I can see. That is... Alright, yeah, the more you know. The more you know. That is odd. Oh, what was that from Cedos as well? Hopefully don't interrupt the stream, but how would I go around writing sideways? It's one word. Don't know if you're actually here. I should type that to you. There you are. Cool, right then. Discord, fun things. The more you know, the more you learn, the more you see, the more you find. All that good stuff. Chuck saying, I've seen an invite link directly in the server banner in some cases. If I have to go digging to find out where a link is, it's not in the right place. That's the general rule for things. If people can't find the link where they expect to find the link, your link isn't in the right place. This goes for businesses hiding their actual physical address. This goes for businesses hiding their contact forms. This goes for just communities hiding their Discord links. If it's not where you expect to look for it, it's not in the right place. And yes, that means putting it in like 6 different obvious places. And it's just the way you do it. Website order 1, accessibility is paramount to the final product. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is where the whole... what was I going to say? It is a big part of like UI stuff. Is you get some UIs like, oh, well, we can explain it to people. It's like, if you have to explain your UI, it ain't a good UI. It shouldn't be there because that banner is the first thing you see. Just hover over the channels. Chuck? Not entirely sure what you're meaning. I hover over Aleka Frame, the server icon. I get Aleka Frame and what state I've left it in, i.e. muted. I go into Aleka Frame itself, into the server here. The top I've got is Browse Channels. Then I've got FAQ. I've got Rules. And I have confirmed in Browse Channels I have all channels visible. So it's like I've hidden a welcome channel. I'm not sure what it is you're referring to there. Not sure what it is you're referring to. Like Warframe's UI? When it comes to the buff icons, you're absolutely right. Yeah, buff icons in a Warframe are bad. How about subscription services that hide their unsubscribe application processes? Oh yeah, now that goes from bad design to scummy, Ginger. That's a whole other thing. It should be equally as easy. Let me just bring those people in first. Yeah, here we are. Wait. Order of invites here. Order of listings. In. Actually, F King, you've been with us, so I'm just going to invite Airsoft as well. It's a race. Who can accept it first? One person's not going to make it. There it is. Survival of the fastest. Yeah, if a business makes it where the subscription, you can start it far easier than you can end it, that's a business I won't do business with. Absolutely. In fact, I have straight up declined a sponsor for that very reason. Where, on researching the sponsor that reached out to me, I looked into what they were offering. It's like, oh, right, okay then. So the free trial requires the signing up with a credit card. That bit's okay. I'm fine with that. If people continue to use the service, make it seamless to continue to pay and use the service. But when there are so many complaints about the difficulty of unsubscribing, I'm like, no, that is scummy. If it is a single web page to subscribe, it's a single web page to unsubscribe. Simple as that. Unsubscribe should be no issue whatsoever. Put an offer in front of them if you want, sure, but then that's it. They're out. They're done. That sponsor didn't meet that criteria. I won't take them on. Good business practice is required to deal with me. El Boss, can you please say a good MR10 weapon? Foreman. That's MR8, but yeah, Foreman. Excel and Amprex is MR10. Foreman, Amprex, there you go. Two amazing primary weapons right there. I don't remember the mastery rank of the Foreman Prime.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Foreman Prime is mastery 12. Bit further to go for that one then. But yeah, Foreman, Amprex. Two absolutely solid weapons in that mastery rank.
That's it. You opened the relic.
We're done here, let's go.
We'll take a look inside.
Excuse me. I think I just bullet jumped that guy to get death. Whoops. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be all fine in the end. He'll get over it. It was just a bullet jump to the face at high speed. Oh god, it's this waypoint. Where is it? Here we are. One downside of having high range buffs on Lavos here, yeah, when you get the Fisher buff, is that when I don't have it, his 2 feels so short. Choc, I could send a pic of what banner I mean over on your Discord. In that case, where should I put it? Choc, if you want to DM me that, I'll have a look at it in DM. Ginger said, I recently heard the good measure of business's worth is how easy it is to stop doing business with them. I mean, it's one of the measures, and certainly a good one, yeah. If a business doesn't have to rely on scummy practices to keep your business, it's because they realize that people are going to want to stick with them anyway. That's usually a good indicator, yeah. Is cross-save and progression here yet? No. Soon, TM, but not here yet. Have I ever done like 3 million damage without arcanes or galvanized ribbons? Without arcanes, if you're excluding arcanes like weapon arcanes, even down to Exodia Contagion, maybe still. I don't really keep track of damages like that. Congrats on reaching it yourself. Is Void Capture with Titania the best farm for relics that are not Axie? Pretty much, yeah. If you can get it right down pat really quickly, yeah, you can get Lith relics, Miso, Neo very quickly that way. And Dire along the way too. Let's see, what's this Shock send? Oops, wrong button. Choc, what you've sent me, the banner you've sent me, I see at the top there, you've sent a copy of the banner of the Engineer, and it has above it the pink shape with the White House symbol in it, and next to it the name of the server, the Engineer. But when you click it, it just opens up the menu. Which, sure, yeah, you can create an invite link, a temporary one, if the server allows that. But that doesn't just give you any fixed links they have. It doesn't give you a permanent link. Like I say, it's not something that's just there in front of you, like a lot of servers have. Anyway. Thanks for sending it over, yeah. You mean there are servers with invite links directly below it? Well, Jock, when you're trying to send an example of something, it helps if you send the example of the thing you're trying to send an example of. Because when you say to me there is an example of something, here I can send you an example of the thing that you're talking about that isn't there. Here's an example of it being there. And then what you send me is not an example of it being there. And you say, but oh, there are examples of it elsewhere. Come on, Jock. It's been a long weekend. Don't do this to me. Hello, Nobird. Welcome in. We're cracking relics at the moment. Again, what's the most unique weapon you own? As in, weapon build you suspect might have been the first person to put it together. I have no idea on that, Ginger Monster. If anything, the only unique builds I will likely have are builds which are just so bad no one should do it. Quite frankly. How does the raffle work? So the raffle is a 75 plat giveaway to one person who has entered with a ticket. It's drawn at the end of the stream. The winner will be contacted by a message here on Twitch, and you've got 24 hours to respond to claim it. To claim it, you just need to give me your Warframe username and platform, if indeed you are the winner. I give 24 hours because at the end of the day, I don't require someone to be watching any particular minute of the stream to win. If you've been watching long enough to grab yourself a ticket, you've got just as much reason to win as anyone at that point. Someone can join 10 seconds before the draw, grab a ticket, and win. At that point, then anyone who's been watching for 10 seconds is eligible.
Mission complete. The
So that's how it works. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, Xbox, PC, Switch, or PC, everyone is eligible to enter. That's long and short of it, really. I think I've covered about everything.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's
We got the
inside.
relic done, we got the mission done. Let's pop out on the mission, see what we got, and see what Chocolate sent me. And see where the waypoint's going. This particular tile is just a pain for the waypoint, isn't it? There we are. You know my favourite mission type is Disruption. Why is that? Oh, hello, Strix. Simply because it's got a decent mix of what's going on with it. You're not required to keep a specific kill tempo like with Survival. It's not as bland as Survival or Defense. It is dynamic in a way that it has different modifiers coming into play. It rewards you incredibly for skill, not just sheer damage output. So learning the positioning, the tile sets, and the navigation of them. Understanding the tricks as to how to deal with nullifiers, how to actually identify where they are. There's a lot that goes into Disruption that allows for optimization whilst also taking it at your own pace. basically, it's a bit more the monkey get gun, monkey shoot gun. That's the positive right there. Alright, let's see what Choc has sent. Yeah, so, let's see. Is that a publicly listed server? Choc. That might be the difference there. What do they call it? A verified community server. That's what it looks like you've got there. And actually, even then, I don't have that option appearing on the Warframe one, for example. Yeah, don't know what that is then, Choc. Don't know what that is. You're seeing an option that's not there on the verified Warframe Discord, let alone on my own. So now we've got an inconsistent UI. Even better. Even better. Go figure. Where can we suggest games? If you want to suggest a game, you can pop it onto the suggestions forum on the Discord. Let me show you where you are looking for that. Bear with me 1 second. Oops, I accidentally clicked open Minecraft. That is not what we wanted. Please cancel opening Minecraft. Please. No, don't open the launcher, Microsoft. Thank you. As I was saying, let me switch around things and click not Minecraft this time. Here it is. So, if you head over onto my Discord, you got all the channels and whatnot all the way down, and you got the suggestions forum. That's the place to put suggestions. You can see Flo's done one not too long ago, in fact, themselves. But yeah. Best place to put suggestions is there. The suggestions channel. Maybe, Choc. Honestly, we don't know, and again, more fun with UI, but it's not there on the Electroframe one either. Nor any of the other obvious bits that it would be nice for them to have on that one. Which is a thing. The link is in their program, but if you're not on the program yet, not having a link to Discord is weird. Is there a list of games that are eligible for suggestion, and is Minecraft on there? Ginger, Minecraft is already on the Variety Friday poll that I put out. So, that's a yes. Do I have any pet peeves when trading? I don't know if what I define as a pet peeve when it comes to trading. There are things that annoy me. I don't really feel like going through a list of things that annoy me right now, to be quite honest with you.
Find them and capture them.
Since we haven't been playing Warframe? Since late 2019. I joined Warframe after Wisp was released. So, for some people that sounds like a long time. For others, not that much at all. Ginger, that is not the correct takeaway.
The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
That is a very strange thing to focus on when it comes to people's playing habits. Alright. I don't know why I'm even still killing these. No, I do know why. I haven't got the reactor yet. Oh, fine. I'll go get the Amber Star if they're going to keep popping up. One more reactant plus. Why is this reactor being so finicky this time? There it is. God, that's a bit touch and go there.
The relic has been cracked open.
Cheers,
Finish
Max
your
and
mission
Madge.
to find out what's inside.
Music is quite nice. I hope I've caught this before it went on to a new track. We're currently listening to, ironically enough, a track called Volume Up a Smidge on the Lo-Fi playlist from Stream Beats. Volume Up a Smidge. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome, Moon. It's only a brief one, but at the same time, it's long enough. 2019 seems like yesterday, and you remember in 2023 now? Yeah. I didn't do any Warframe content until 2020. That's when my first kind of proper video came out, January 1st, 2020. That was the ridiculous shenanigans known as Meet Equinox. Alright, how's that capture doing? Ooh, it's running down on the time here. It's running down on the time. Got a few more radiants I can throw at it. Double E, Ginger. Double E. It was, in a way, a tribute to the origins of my username, the Kengineer. Is F King struggling again? Yeah. Alright, we do this again. There we are. Does that video need a refresher after so much time? I think that video might have been delisted at this point. That's how old it is. I mean, FG, I also started my account a while prior. It's just I never really connected with Warframe originally. It didn't really make sense. Yeah. I started playing properly late 2019. Victor Jordan, I am not an engineer, no. I am called Ken. I played the engineer on Team Fortress 2 at a time that a couple of friends of mine got drunk on a lot of box wine and were just naming all of their weapons temporarily after some variant of Ken. Like, the direct hit became the direct Ken. The dead ringer, the dead Kenja, and so on. Oh, is it still there? Oh, God. You post it, I will time you out for a day.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Actually, make that just a straight up ban. No, don't do it. Don't do it, Cosmo. No. When someone says no, that is not a reason to ignore their wishes.
Relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
That is called pushing boundaries without consent, and that is not a good thing. That is an evil act. As is tempting someone into an evil act, Victor. Bad. Bad people. Don't do that. Be wholesome. We are good people here. We do not antagonize the person who is not only bringing you this entertainment, but also is able to hit the ban button with no remorse. I mean, you say that, Eddie, but normally when I tell people please only speak English here, they actually listen, so go figure. Hold, just got the Harrow systems from Cooper Survival. Thanks for making all those minutes much more enjoyable. You're very welcome, Hold. And congratulations on getting your Harrow piece. Hope you enjoy putting them all together. It depends, Victor. Why are you posting that letter? Well, another Scourge piece. Alright, fair enough, whatever. More ducats for the ducat grind. Is there a weapon I really like the design of, but the stats are so bad you can't justify using it? Oh, that's a question enough. Hard to say, quite honestly. Maybe something like the Rattle Guts? The Rattle Guts just kind of disappoint me. Actually, Gaze Primary. Gaze Primary. The colours I can get out of that, the appearance of it, just looks beautiful. And it's a big old laser beam. I like big old laser beams, but the Gaze Primary stats are just trashed here. Like, Gaze Primary and Secondary are night and day in comparison to one another. The Secondary is solid. Yeah, it's not S tier, but it's solid. But the Gaze Primary? It's just bad. It's just bad. Cody saying, go back to when you started playing. I started playing late July. No, I'm MR23. Wait, late July this year? Quiddy, you're trying to claim you got to MR23 in, what, 2 months? Sorry, what? Hold on. Let me just get to my information. I've got all kinds of saved information and reference data. And if I just go... Where is it? Not that one. There it is. Warframe progress and inventory survey. Let me grab the filtered results. And these are sorted by mastery rank. Oh. I appear to have a filter active. I don't know which filter is active. Okay, let me just switch my screens around here so you don't get a blast of light in your face. Hold on, what have I done here? What filter is active that's shrinking this all down? Oh, I don't know which filter is active. That's annoying. Where is... Sorry, bear with me a moment. This is really annoying. I've got a whole bunch of data all collected here, and now all of a sudden I'm just looking at a pile of highly filtered information, which... Cheats, please just tell me what filter is active. Which filter do I need to turn off to review everything again? I don't know the quick way to find out in a huge spreadsheet which filter you've got active. Because I have got here like 100 columns, and at least one of them is a filter, and I can't see which one has the filter active right now. Ah, wait, never mind, found it. There it is. Okay, cool. Right, that took a moment longer than I intended. Now I can go down. Mastery rank 23. Let's have a ganders here. For those people who reported themselves as Mastery rank 23 on my survey, the average game hours they had was 953. The minimum 526. So, late July, it's 2 months. At minimum, based on that survey, that would suggest 526 hours. 2 months is 60 days. So that would put you at a little under 9 hours a day. Just to line up with the minimum hours of someone who reported back on my survey here of people. More so if you were trying to go for the average, but yeah. You've been off work, unable to move. I mean, okay, fair enough, QWERTY. That's still a hell of a lot of one game. Power to you, though. Damn! Like, 39 people, after the filters to get rid of the fake responses, or stupid responses, 39 people reported being MR23, and that's the hours we're looking at there. If I extend the search to anywhere above MR23, just in case there's an even lower hours at a higher rank. Let's just go up to like MR31 somewhere. The lowest I have up above that is 266 hours, so someone got to above MR23 in 266 hours, which is also ridiculous. Like, damn. That's quick. That is quick, and I have the stats to back up that very claim. I have the stats to back that up. Meanwhile, here's me on MR32 with, oh, you know, just 2,000 hours. Oh, dear. It do be a thing, doesn't it? $266 hours sounds like a lot of money was spent or insane dedication. Possibly both, Addy. Possibly both. Yeah, Ray. Nearly 2 to 11. Nice round number. QWERTY, the main thing is, are you having fun? And is it detrimental to your life? The answer is yes, you're having fun, and no, not being detrimental to other bits of your life. Fine. Do what you do then.
We received intel that somebody
Fun and not
vital to
detrimental?
enemy operations is here. Find
Go
them
for
and
it. Have
capture
fun.
them.
Have at you. There we are, gun. Charged enough to get what we need doing. So much fun and not currently detrimental might be when I can work. What, Cody? When you get back into being able to work, remember that. Remember this thought right now. Remember that concern. Hold on to it in your mind. So that as and when you find yourself in a position to go back into work, whatever the reasons may be, when life responsibilities can command you once again, don't shirk them. Appreciate the time you've had with Warframe, and don't let it become a problem. You'll be all good.
The relic has been cracked open.
I believe
Finish
in
your
you.
mission to find out what's inside.
If you've got the strength to get yourself to MR23 in 2 months like that, you've got the strength to then sit back again afterwards. Yeah, gold. Keep up saying 54 hours, an MR19, how fast is that? I closed up the sheet. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look, it's just loading up. So you said MR19. So I'll check the average from 18 to 20, because that'll give us a few more entries for a fairer result. So from MR18 to 20, the average hours of the respondees was 783. So you've been focused a little bit less on MR than average. Predator MR18 with 438. Let's again do the same thing for you real quickly. We're not going to do this for everyone asking. Just saying that now. I'll do this for Predator. Let's see then. So the average I've got listed here is 677, so you've got to MR18 quite a bit quicker than average. Quite a bit quicker. There you are then. Well, that's all just stats. Stats are meaningless, really. Is it mission time or overall time? Mission time is the in-game stat. That was what I specifically requested for the survey, was in-game value. This one right here. How do you find in-game stat? Like, menu, show profile, stats. Bing! Yeah. The level 100 MR33. It reaches a point where the average hours stat no longer makes sense because a lot of people taper off of MR. In fact, it's around about MR16 plus that it diverges hugely. Where at that point, someone could have just stopped caring about MR entirely and just gone and had fun with everything that doesn't generate MR. So yeah. Alright, that capture has finally perished. It was a good one. go sabotage. I've got a couple more lift radiants. Let's get those done. Testing form bundle in steel path. Now fair do. Keep in mind, the higher level you are, the quicker you are to complete missions. To an extent. Again, once you reach MR16, that's basically the limit of where mastery rank is going to have any kind of impact. Beyond that point, if you got a level 30 weapon, MR16 and MR33 stood by side by side. Don't matter.
Mainframe. It's critical that you deliver the payload to that location.
Don't matter by that point. You only get MR from the unique nodes completed? Well, Starshot MR, you still get MR from a lot of other places. Not sure if you were replying to someone specific there. But
We need to destroy the reactor.
I'll look away for a moment and hit the door. Whoops. Bounce. Let's see. Not quite got all the reactant yet. Notice some people are on 8. There's a little bit behind me. I was wondering if that would break it, dashing at it before I opened it. Turns out they're invulnerable until you open it.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
So first thing, on the flip side, there's some high-level players, very little inside of the game in general, like ASO players complaining about Sauron. Yeah, that happens. Oh, that? Oh, I'm going to go back to the shiny. I'll grab the shiny. I've used up quite a few of these. Ta-da! Gora pieces. I'll trade for your one. And also have over a month of watch time. Who's on the month of watch time? Who's on the month of watch time? Oh, Zom. Zom is 1 month, 2 days. Wow. Yeah, that's quite a bit. I mean, I can do this. So that shows how much Zom has been watching. This really shows how much Zom has been watching this channel, because according to the bot, I have been watching myself. I have my stream open at the same time for 1 month, 13 days, and Zom has been watching for 1 month, 2 days. Zom, damn. Guy Thorks asking, is your name and catchphrase anyway related to TF2 Engineer? Yes, absolutely, yeah. It is. The Engineer is a combination of Ken and the Engineer, yeah. Well done, piece it together. Who was the OG moderator here? That was Beard. Beardface HD. Who, well, I hope he's doing okay. I have no idea what has happened to him, to be quite honest. He, been a while since we've seen him. It's been a while. I hope he's alright. Yeah, Addy, you messed with the bot, didn't you? You changed your name. Actually, Addy, I can help you on that one. Real quickly, hold on. Leaderboards. And it breaks. There we go. Let's see, so, watch time. Adam Malik. That value, and then that. Okay, that's a bit more.
You're looking for the mainframe. It's critical that you deliver the payload to that location.
Alright, Addy, I have your answer. Do you want to know? from your 2 usernames, Addy, do you want to know how many days you have? You have 21.3. 21.3 days. Oh, I meant to fall. Those bloody cables. I cast it and then I fall through the cables. That's stupid. Yeah, you've got a heck of a lot more registered into your old username with the 0 rather than your new one. A heck of a lot more.
We need to destroy the reactor.
Oh, fair. Thanks, Dehydrate. Cheers.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
You here for all the Among Us streams? Ah. I'll be quite honest with you. I will not be bringing back the Among Us streams. Simply because they became an absolute organizational mess.
Target destroyed. Proceed to the extraction point.
It was frankly getting irritating just trying to get people to confirm if they were actually even going to be there, let alone on time, let alone interacting in a favourable manner. A streamable manner. So yeah. Why do you feel betrayed, Predator? Why do you feel betrayed? There is also that Ray, yeah. Ooh, hello, Shape Prime Carapace, don't mind if I do. Bada bing. Hey, Animalic, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Predator Queen there. Very nice of you. Cheers, my dude. Oh. Cheers. Stop losing your soul all the time, Predator. Wow. Wow. Quality, thank you very much for subscribing as well with your Prime. Welcome to the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badge emotes, your access to the supporter team, that's the premium channel over on my Discord, and of course, no more ads here on Twitch for you. Welcome on in. Is Lavos my favourite? Can I tell you why? You knew, kinda? Yeah, absolutely. So Lavos is my favourite Warframe, he is indeed. Reason being, and I was talking about this earlier on stream in fact, reason being is that with the way that you can set him up, he can be as lazy or as intense as you want. Hey, Aldian, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime as well, Aldian79. Welcome into the channel. You got yourself up to 4 months now. Appreciate it. Cheers indeed. Yes, as I was saying, with, let's go to Earth. With Lavos here, if I, for example, decide that I'm going to be really lazy, I could just face tank stuff and don't have to care too much. If I'm dealing with nullifiers, sure, fine, I don't need to worry, because if I walk into a nullifier bubble, my tank is still untouched. I can still fight just fine. I have access to self-healing, I have access to the ability to open up enemies for finishers, I can stun enemies, I can soft crowd control them with cold and radiation to turn them against each other, I can 90% armor strip with heat and corrosive. I've got the ability to basically gain zoomies and dash around all over the place. Yeah, one is fine. Ammo is even less of a problem with Lavos than most other Warframes, especially even heavy ammo. You can keep your heavy gun going, yeah, your arch gun, because of his transmutation probe. Turning energy and health orbs into universal orbs helps him and his allies. Not to mention that he just doesn't really need to care about energy because he's all on cooldowns. It doesn't matter how energy dense or sparse a mission is, he just keeps going. I could be full caster, half caster, or just not even try casting at all with him, and he will still allow me to play him. You get some Warframes where trying to actively focus on casting is a waste of your time, it doesn't achieve anything. Whereas other Warframes, if you don't focus enough on casting, you die. Lavos doesn't run into those issues. So with every option that he's got, the fact that he can achieve so many different goals,
The enemy is broken.
that he can support you in so many different
We'll get to
ways,
extraction.
that he can allow you to be as active or as passive as you like, that's great for me. He's a very versatile frame that doesn't get in the way of others. He doesn't get in the way of me using weapons, he doesn't get in the way of other players using other Warframes. He's a very comfortable frame, and that is great for me. Feels like he needs so many button presses? That's what I'm saying. You can hyper-optimize him to loads of button presses, or you can just not use loads. And it's fine. If you're looking for damage, you should always be infusing a element. What I usually do with that is, as I'm in the cast animation, is hold down whichever is the default element I'm using for that mission. So that will be Toxin against the Corpus, Heat against the Grenera or Infested. If I'm paying more attention and trying to min-max, I can do different bits, but just refreshing it during the cast of another ability, ready for the next one, it becomes a process you get so used to. On controller, I think he is probably going to be more irritating, potentially. But again, you can get used to it. There are people who play him on controller on console. Lavos is great, honestly. Sure, there are things other frames can do that he can't. He is not immortal. He can't effectively shield gate. He can't go reliably invisible. He can't hard crowd control enemies. He only uses soft crowd control, stuff that hinders them but doesn't stop them 100%. That's fine though. He works well. Okie dokie, let's do another one of those. Let's see. What? I only have one of this relic. Oh, about to max out my traces. Let's upgrade this one. Only the one of them, so let's pop it. You found inverted hold works on console? That's the thing you can do. I like the quick reactiveness of Lavos' abilities on the tap cast. Yeah. I'm not running a Electro Frame at the moment. I just didn't turn it on before stream, Ray. I just couldn't be bothered to close Warframe and reopen it just for the sake of Electro Frame. I just couldn't be bothered. That was all. You take care, Choc. Have a good one. Yeah, Lavos can do so much. I've been told I get rather passionate about him, but at the end of the day,
There is a large platoon of
if anyone
Grenadier
dares
stationed
ask him
here.
what's he
Leave
good
no
for, well,
one
it turns out a lot. Some frames, what are they good for? Well, they go invisible. Alright. Yeah, and then you're invisible. Right, and what's the rest of the good stuff? We get like Wisp. Well, you cast your buffs, and then you breach surge enemies. Okay, is it just one single approach? Is that it?
Finish your mission
Well,
to find out what's inside.
Yeah, you can also use 2 to live. Bit bland. Lavos has a lot of options to it. And yet, not conflicting options. They don't. You can have one build that fits basically all of it.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run.
Yeah, there's moments like
Another
subsuming
successful
in.
mission.
You have
Find
different loadouts for
extraction.
different subsumes if you want to go down that road. Like a Golden Instinct approach. Otherwise, it just works. Alright, we are once again Gucci. Thank you for the career transfer, man. I appreciate you. You get screen captures, you hit MR30 on May 4th, Legendary 1 May 28th, Legendary 2 July 5th. Oh, from May 4th to May 28th. Pretty quick turnaround, yeah. And Legendary 3 September 9th. So I'm playing in November of last year. God damn, I thought, wow. Some people absolutely bash it out. Ooh, Rhino Prime Neuroptics. Or Banshee. I only have 2 of these. I'm going to take that one. See, that's where a Frame would really come in, to quickly know which one is the more valuable one. I'm gambling on the Banshee there, but I might have been wrong. Hello, Mythic. How you doing? Yeah, true. Yep. Lavos is also a very solid, if not one of the very best railjet pilots. And not just railjet pilot, but also he's still solid as a boarding frame as well. So again, he just handles both. You want to catch up to your husband, but he wouldn't let you? Fair do. Fair do. Alright, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna call it on the Relic runs for now. Warframe, F-King, MF, thank you very much for joining in once again. And enjoy your loot. We're all the way through that. Enjoy. Alright, chat, I want to remind you of a couple things. First of all, we have got the Platinum giveaway happening today, as is a standard for our standard Warframe stream. So if you have not already grabbed yourself a ticket for that, exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to win that. Doesn't matter if you're on PlayStation, Switch, PC or Xbox, everyone's got a chance to win there. 1 ticket per person. All around, absolutely. Second, on Saturday, I will be doing a one-off stream. It's going to be a streamathon. For those of you who have no idea what a streamathon is, basically, you dictate how long the stream goes for. Every time someone subscribes, every time someone cheers with bits, every time someone tips the stream, as a direct tip that is, you increase the length of it. I am yet to fully flesh out all the final details for that, so watch this space as it were. It's part of what I'm going to be working on over the week, as well as next videos and just other stuff. But yeah, the stream will be starting 5 hours normal, 5 hours earlier than normal. So those of you who are more towards the east from myself, who are probably not watching right now, those more to the east will have an opportunity to also watch the stream, but it also means I'm less likely to collapse after a few hours. We can just let it keep going and going if that's what you're going for. Do you get a DM if you win a ticket giveaway? Yes, Timo Chad. So if you win, I will contact the person who wins here on Twitch, so make sure I can contact you. Don't be one of those that locks down your DMs and then just never responds to me again. But yeah, I will reach out to the winner on Twitch of any Platinum giveaway, let them know I need their Warframe username and platform. They got 24 hours to respond. Where do you get an Exodus Warframe adapter from? Aside from buying it for Platinum, you can... Let me think now. Can you... I don't know why in my head I have it down...
Do you see anything interesting?
What did I think you could... Don't know what I was thinking of with that. I think it's just going to be mostly from Requiem Relics, isn't it? Which means I don't know why the frick I'm looking there. Yeah, oh, that's weapon. Oh, is it Samaris? Right, okay. Samaris is where you get them. Alright. Samaris and Invasions, yeah. Honestly, when it comes to Exodus Warframe adapters, I've almost always just popped them for plat. Yeah. It's not saying, don't do what I did, do not open Twitch for 3 days after winning. Yeah, if you don't respond in 24 hours, it's probably gone. Like, you can still respond if it's, like, a little bit over the day, but people who leave it a few days, or weeks, or months, it's gone. It's just gone. I'd have to dig through the DMs, but, yeah. I think there was someone that got back to me like 2 months later after a Prime Access giveaway. I went, I think I messed this one up, didn't I? Like, yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. That one's gone. Oh, dear. But it happens. It happens. Rex, cheers. At least they're polite about it? Yeah. I mean, you get some people who may not be so polite. Those people tend not to be in this community, I've noticed. First of all, Warframe community in general is just... Sorry. Quick distraction. What? Okay. So the Warframe community is wholesome in general. The game, however... Anyway, ignoring that... Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. The Warframe community in general is just already so overall positive and wholesome, just good people. And then this community is focused on that same core principle as well. You know, rule 1 is don't be a dick. So after that pair of filters already, by that point, someone who ends up here for a giveaway is probably not going to be an arsehole about it. Yeah. Hold. Cheers. Thank you. So, yeah. Anyway, that, I think, is about time where we're gonna wrap up the giveaway. If you've not already entered, well, tough. I just made a very clear point about it, so let's close that up now. Out of those of you who have entered, which is actually a full 74 at the moment, out of those of you who have entered, only one person is going to be walking away with that platinum. The winner today of the platinum giveaway is indeed Predator Queen, Chaos Queen. Predator, it's yours. The platinum be yours, Predator, which means that you don't need to go farming for Xless adapters. You can just buy them with platinum. There you go. Mission accomplished. Just looking at this. God, you've been quite lucky. That's in fact the second time this month the bot's chosen you. Well, there we are then. Clearly, some luck is going your way, Predator. There you go. There you go indeed. It is luck. It can go any which way. That's the way it be sometimes. That is the way it be. But congratulations, Predator. That'll be coming along your way. All the details, you know how it works now. But that, chat, that is where we're going to have to wrap it up for this week. I am going to be live again on Wednesday, on Friday, on Saturday, and Sunday next week. So you got 4 streams to look forward to, one of which longer than usual. I mean, you know, come on. How often do you get that opportunity? But for now, chat, we're going to have to find someone to raid on over to. We're going to have to find someone to raid on over to because we are coming to an end. I'm sorry to say it. That's where it is at the moment. Let's see, who can we raid today? Twitch has been bugging me like, hey, look, people you know have gone live. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ooh, there's an option we could go. Just make sure I have this muted just in case of copyrights. Yeah, no, let's do this. Let's do this. What are we doing on Wednesday? I'll figure that out on Thursday. For now, we are raiding on over to the one, the only, the Charizard. The raid is up and running, chat. Thank you very much for joining in today. It has been an absolute pleasure having you all here once again. Looks like Char is in the midst of a calm mission, so we'll be ready in onto that one. But for now, that's all from me. Thank you for joining in. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.